Yeah.
So, who wants to go through recap?
I don't know what happened last week. I was told, but I'm not exactly sure.
Basic rundown. We went back to the house where things went crazy with the bleeding book. We found a sword of luck or something. Helped we helped a halfling find it. He took it. We made a lot of money. Then we discovered that the Grand Vizier of wherever, King's Landing or whatever,
King's Reach.
King's Reach, thank you, was actually from another world, and we got a new book, and we spent far too long trying to determine how we were going to kill said visitor from another world.
Because we got poisoned. Don't forget about that.
Oh, poisoning. That's why it was. Yeah, we got poisoned. And we don't know who did it, but I'm definitely going to start murdering people as soon as I find out who.
That's my job.
It's just messed up. You don't poison a dude while he's trying to talk business with a Grand Vizier.
That's the best time.
I've ruined my chance at establishing another city as a merchant.
Well, considering what he told us, that probably wouldn't have happened anyway.
It could have happened. He could have pawned it off on the next guy. I constantly pawn my work off on the next guy.
Yeah, I've seen. Anyway,
So, yep.
then we then went to go see a Minotaur, if I remember correctly.
Yep.
Yes.
Yep.
And then you guys harassed me with cow jokes.
Yep, we gave the book to the Minotaur, and now he gave us some kind of insignia that we can use to call him.
So we're slowly building up a elite squad of people to handle our problems for us, so we don't have to get involved with those 12 guys. See, we build up a team of elites to go do it, then we don't have to.
And then after that, we amused Raho with cow puns.
There was much cowbell to be had.
Raho had beef.
Moving on.
All right.
All are going to get shanked one day.
Post that. Post the shanking. Post the beef shanks.
Are we gonna get the famous Rod Shank, Steven?
You guys were able to make your way back to Ravens Bluff. In doing so, do you stop in to see Eno first, or do you go about your business?
Yeah, I'll stop in first. That'd be a smart idea.
All right. So finding your way back to the Sword Tables Lounge, you find Eno sleeping in his usual spot. Though looking at him now, he seems to be a bit more aged, frailer, and the wisps of his white hair and beard look almost mottled, as if they've been recently falling out.
Kedra, who is Eno?
Eno is the owner of the Sword Tables Lounge and Singing Sword Inn.
Okay, thank you.
Mm-hmm.
He's also a very famous adventurer called the Sage, whose tomb we raided to get the, well, not tomb, I shouldn't call it. He built the labyrinth that we went through to get the dragon.
No, actually, he didn't build it. He just knew it was there and was conveniently available because...
he hijacked it.
Yeah, basically. He appropriated it.
Okay. Thank you for the background lesson.
Yeah, not a problem. What we're here for.
So what?
Pick him up.
I'll help him. I'll help him up.
So, as you attempt to help him up, he kind of wakes up with a bit of a start, and his normal happy-go-lucky demeanor seems to have left him as well. In its place, he's a bit more somber, a bit sad, almost looking resigned. His eyes look up at you from his kind of slumped position in your arm. So, go ahead.
I'm like, you doing okay there? Seem a bit down on yourself.
Seems like you already know what we know.
And Ibar's just going to pull out the stone and show it to him.
There it is. There's the ivory stone. I haven't seen that in a long time.
Yeah, about that. We encountered the enemy.
Oh, do tell. Do tell. I have time for a short story.
Well, he had his 13 lieutenants, now 12, since one apparently failed him enough times that he lost patience.
Well,
He claims
one
to
you
have.
guys don't have to deal with, right?
He claims
That one
to
we
have.
kind of would have liked to, frankly. But he just let us go. And he gave that to us.
He
Didn't even-
claims to have 2 score more of them.
That's not possible. There aren't that many of them here.
What
Yes,
if
it
he
is.
all from here?
He also claims to not be from here.
Well, shoot.
Actually, we've encountered 2 other people who claim to not be from here either.
All right, go on.
Just on the way back. The Grand Vizier from what kingdom?
Drag King's Reach.
One from Kryn and one from Ravnica.
I've ventured the worlds of Kryn space, but I've never been to this Ravnica.
I mean, do you know many Minotaurs?
Well, there's several of them, several tribes that tend to run the plains here in Faerun. More often than not, you end up seeing them as something created, warlocky-like.
I pull out the emblem that he gave us. Do you recognize the symbol?
Yes, I have run into some of them legionnaires, I believe is what they call themselves.
This Minotaur gave us this for when we need to call them.
Good, and then that was successful.
Yes. So we've gained some powerful eyes, apparently, and some information.
I'd like to ask him something.
Go for it.
In how many did you think of these dragon stones were supposed to be here?
Well, back in my day, there were 13 that we knew of. And we understood that there might be at least a score, but 2 score or more, that seems implausible.
All right. After he answers my question, I'm gonna lead him over to the nearest guard with stool and give him somewhere to, rest more plausibly than my shoulder.
He sits down on the stool. Thank you kindly, son. Thank you kindly.
So Draho's going to step up, not to address the elderly in the room, but you've aged considerably. Like, it's not normal for humans to age that fast, is it?
No, it is not. I feared the worst when I saw that happening. I figured that the stones were active, and my time is coming to an end soon.
Oh, that's such a shame. So who's going to take over the bar after you pass?
It goes to
Bar is just
Titus.
going to stamp on
I
foot.
What was that for?
The line of appropriate light talk, I slap him upside the head and say, "Be polite."
You're all so violent. No wonder peasants can't rule anything. Every freaking rebellion is because you peasants are too violent. I'm going to storm off into the corner.
Who has that freaky potion with the beating heart?
I think that's in my sack.
It wouldn't be you. We just caught you on the road on the way back.
I was going to say, all this stuff is usually in my bag because I'm the inventory holder until we get to the car.
Before we walk away, I asked for that potion.
Yeah, go ahead.
Pull it out. And you were saying something, Fenrir?
Oh, I was saying I thought that was one of the potions we had gotten from our last kill from the Hydra before I left you guys.
No. We got this after that. So I take the potion of longevity from Draho, and I put it on the table next to Eno, and I say, would that help?
No, as nice as that is, my pact is with Bahamut himself. When my time comes, my time comes.
Draho know the reference to Bahamut.
Even I know
religion
the
check.
reference.
Okay. First roll of the night, guys. Let's set the tone.
What would this be? Arcana?
Religion.
Religion? Okay.
It's cocked, but it was almost a natural 20. Okay. 1. Not a natural one. I just make things dumber.
That is most definitely the Queen of Evil Dragons.
Alduin and Ekatash.
I asked, just out of sheer curiosity. I'm no stranger to making pacts with not so too friendly, let's say, entities myself, but I did it for the safety of my kingdom. What did you do it for?
Oh, the same. Through Bahamut, my life has been extended so that I could make sure that a new group of adventurers as willing and capable as my own were able to take up the cause. And it seems through you finding the stone, I found those groups.
And as a side effect, I developed this twangy southern accent.
I've always been there. I think it's just gotten worse.
So when you say pact, do you mean like the kind I made?
No, a much more friendly version. He's doing me the favor because he has seen this trouble come before.
Any chance he'd be willing to do someone else a favor?
It's always a possibility.
How many packs are you going to make before you're happy?
As many as I need to get out of my predicament.
Just going to give you we're just giving you sponsorship patches all over your robes.
I have another question for you now.
Go ahead.
I asked him, you seem to know a lot about packs. I've been trying to get out of a certain situation myself. Now, do you know anything about curses and reversing them left from packs?
Well, it depends on the curse, son. Well, what is it that ails you?
Well, as you can probably tell, I'm a shifter.
Well, as is your good man here, Ark. That doesn't seem to ail him.
He was born one, I was cursed one.
Oh. And you would take away such a gift?
Yeah.
I'd consider it a gift.
Intriguing.
I agree. Growing hairy is not a gift.
It is to some. Mostly teenagers.
I was once a knight up in the north. Smell. The wild hunt attacked. So I made a deal with their king if 50 years of service as a hound in exchange for the safety of my kingdom. Afterwards, he tricked me and I was cursed with the ability to shift.
Okay. Were you given what you were expected?
I was expected with just being returned to an elf.
Was that in your contract?
As far as I was aware.
Interesting. Then, my son, you may need to, and I hate to say this because it's never a good thing, but you may need to travel into the Feywild in order to exact the ounce of flesh from you.
You mean I might have to fight the Witch King?
It is a good possibility. But at very least, get into his court and present the evidence.
I don't like the sound of that.
Nor do I.
I was hoping I would never see, his likeness again.
I mean, side note, I do have contacts in Miss Dranner. If you need a Fey lawyer, we got Fey lawyers.
Objection!
As much as I loathe it, getting help from you of all people.
Sometimes it pays to have connections to judges.
Thank you for your help,
Of course.
Not to press what is something that's probably weighed on your mind heavily for a while. How long do you think you might have?
Months at best. Days at least.
how many days has it been since you got to the state you're in currently?
Roughly about a week.
Yeah, that
That's
checks
about how
out.
long we've been gone.
That checks out.
Second question, Eno. How old are you?
Oh, going on 350?
Ah,
Damn.
that's not normal for humans, is it?
It is not, but I did enjoy those types of potions in my, shall we say, younger days.
So you've been alive almost as long as me.
Yeah, that does happen.
You're
Magic
only
is a
2 years
wonderful
young.
thing.
You're only 2 years younger than me.
Oh, that's right, old man.
I'm 200 years old myself, but
You're a young one.
Not to ask too much of you, as I would want you to try to enjoy your last days. But
Oh, we've all just accepted he's dying.
I mean,
yeah.
do you have a solution to this problem?
I don't think any.
I mean, there's two solutions. There's either expedite the process or find a way to get him young again.
I have a solution, but it's not a good one.
What is it?
The best kind. Go on.
I will stab you.
Well, I was going to say,
I will stab you.
in the time he has left, perhaps he has some useful information to pass on to us, or at least some clues to help us along the way once he's gone.
Potentially. Tell me of these lieutenants that you saw.
Everyone remembers there was like one of most races, right? There was a dwarf, a human, elves. They seemed undead or just had much of a darkness around them. They seemed... Would Ark know what a Death Knight is?
Sure, why not?
They seem to be almost like the Death Knights of legend.
Interesting. And you said one was of Kryn space?
Not the Death Knights, but
They
somebody else was from Kryn Space.
They did answer to a leader. Who was actually working with them. He's
I
the one
see.
who killed the one that we've encountered before.
I have gleaned the names of 3 of them.
Oh, nice. Someone's working on it. I've just been ignoring everything.
By all means. go
Kind of
ahead.
hard to not when they come to you in your dreams. Let's see. Armin Aurenial. I don't know the pronunciation of the name. I'm sorry. He was under King Nasher. Apparently, he was a devout follower of Tyr. You know, roundabout when you were a youngin'.
Armin of Tyr. Yes, he was Nash's right hand back in the day. That is surprising. Good men do not fall in such dark ways.
I don't have much more, unfortunately, on him. Apparently, he was killed in the woods around Neverwinter. He was going out to deal with some orcs and was never heard of again.
Perplexing.
Our dwarf is actually a deep dwarf. Glom the Ashen. Apparently, he was trying to assassinate some lords of Alm before he met his end.
That name is not familiar to me.
Well, he's kind of a footnote, to be honest. Lots of footnotes. Apparently, he was a really good, bad assassin. Good enough to get hired for the job and bad at getting it done.
Worst kind.
And then the one that we're going to find most interesting, the dark elf with the whip and the dwarven shield, Idris Yelika, something like that. Yeah, known dwarf slayer, follower of Loth, and he's been around the Vast for about 300 years. Rumor has it he was last seen when a group of adventurers said they killed him down in Sarvin.
Well, I can definitely say that was not my party. But that gives me some things to work with, along with descriptions of the others. Give me those.
Yeah. Well, I mean, assumably we'll just pass on as best as we can remember.
Okay. With that, I will work tirelessly over the time that I have left to come up with more information for you. Do you have any other clues, any other leads that might be fruitful?
Kedro, did they all bear the emblem of that one knight, or just him?
Just him.
There was also one that stood next to their leader. He had this emblem on him, and I'll draw it out.
I see. Again, not familiar to me, but I will research.
There were also baz. They look like Dragonborn, but not quite.
Oh,
I actually pull out
very
the
not.
one we played. I take out the head of the one that I took after we slew it. It's a crimson baz.
Now that is surprising. Normally, when those are killed, they either self-immolate, explode, or some other nasty thing. How is it that you were able to keep the head?
Well, we didn't see any of them self-immolate, so I just took it.
Interesting. Mayhap they do not have that capacity while here on Faerun.
I'm going to just drop it on the table if you'd like to study it.
Certainly.
I will win it back.
He looks over at Titus, and Titus brings over kind of a platter, picks it up, puts it in, scoots it over in front of Eno, and then starts wiping the blood spot.
Is the platter silver?
Yeah.
Sweet!
Ask, is there anything we can do to make your last days here a bit more comfortable, enjoyable, anything?
No, you are doing the duty that is needed. Stopping this plague will happily put me to rest.
If you need any help with your research, I'm quite familiar with the library system.
Oh, you have heard of the Dewey of the Decimal?
Yes.
He was a crazy gnome, but he got stuff done.
He did, but some of his ideas about where books should go are just wrong.
I cast Dewey's Decimal System. All damages must be in increments of 10.
I have more information.
Oh, by all means.
Oh, do you?
Yeah, there were. They referred to themselves as the Creeping Doom. I don't know if that sparks any interest, but
that does. There is no themselves as the Creeping Doom. The Creeping Doom is a enigma, one can say, an agent of Mistra, in fact, vile, evil, a Dracolich of great power.
I see.
At mention of Dracolich,
Dracolich, you mean an undead dragon?
Correct.
a
dragon lich, one could say.
At the mention of Dracolich, Art grips his skull token very tightly.
There's more.
I've heard of those rarely.
I've heard of them at all. Before.
How many have you seen?
Okay.
Not many.
What else do we got?
The Creeping Doom itself has not been seen in many, many years.
Okay.
Well, they're also in connection with these figures. There are the names Keepers of the Secret Hoard and Wearers of the Purple. And all of that comes back to Cult of the Dragon.
That is appropriate. Long ago, the Creeping Doom, by other names, subsumed much of the Cult of the Dragon. It is a good possibility that he is the true face of the problem you seek. That said, this may be an insurmountable cause.
what would happen if we were to collect from them or get back from them all of the dragon stones they have acquired?
If you can retain them and keep them as such in either a way that they cannot collect them once more, or find a way to destroy them that would ruin their capacity to enact whatever evil plan they have for them. Though in the time that we had them before they went dark, we were unable to find a way to destroy them.
If we were to gather them, would it in any way help your situation?
Not mine, no. But it will vastly improve your chances towards either defeating this creeping doom or destroying the stones.
Do you have any leads on how we might find a way to destroy them?
As I said, we tried, and unfortunately we were unable to. There may be greater powers out there that have that capacity.
All right.
I'm not sure what we can discover that you haven't in 300 years, but we'll certainly...
Well, I can't say that I've spent all of this time researching.
Well, with...
One does have to live.
Well, with Worldwide Oblivion an alternative, we're going to try.
Wonderful.
I like the way you think, Got a party on, right?
Indeed.
Better to go down swinging than just take it.
Ino looks towards Misaki. It seems you've picked up a new friend as well.
2, actually.
Oh, I thought the red one was always with you.
Aizen joined us before
that's
we
right.
left.
He
So
joined
he
us before we went up there. That's right. Sorry, I took a lot of blows to the head. My concept of time is a little thrown off.
Ah, that does happen.
But that's what I'm good at.
That's because you like doors and walls.
I don't like doors at all. Walls, iffy.
they're on thin ground.
I don't like pranks. That's the problem.
Yes, I am Misaki Yukiyama. I found these fine folk while searching for the one that killed my father and destroyed my shrine.
And it is a pleasure to meet you, Misaki. You are from the east, I take it.
Yes.
That may be something useful there. I've heard stories that your people have the capacity to destroy greater magic items. Have you heard any such stories?
Arcana roll?
Yep, or history, whichever is better. Nope, to your knowledge, that's not a thing.
Not that I know of.
Nope, because it's purely a Karatoran thing.
But most of my life revolved around the shrine of my father and the mountains, so...
I see. Well, it is a potential that should you take the group and travel back to your land, you may find that. And if you can, that may also be a possibility for destroying the stones.
We should also note that while we did find much death in that place, any corpses that could be seem to be reanimated into undeath, though they weren't initially hostile. Some seem to retain a sort of a shadow of a memory of what they once were.
Some sort of form of sentience.
Not so much sentience, just an echo of their former selves. Some seem to still be attempting to wash dishes or perform small tasks. I could even communicate to them in their native language.
That may be a shadowy touch of the creeping doom and its connection to the Shadowfell.
Would it be wise to try to go back in there at some point and destroy them? Try to get them to pass on?
Potentially. It might be worthwhile.
There was one there who actually seemed to retain full memory of herself, actually. Seemed to pick up a hobby of knitting.
Interesting.
She was confined to the guard room that was before the Temple of Muradin. She mentioned she was unable to leave. Something about the magic bound her to that specific location. She also seemed to be somewhat to terms with her existence and thought that when her time came, it simply came. We did offer to end her, allow her to pass on, and she simply told us that she would accept the end when it was brought to her.
Sounds like she snookered you.
I have a question.
We did end up in a floor after that.
There were a few phases between that, but yes.
I have a question for you now. Well, I don't remember the name mentioned. Will, you'll remember what I'm talking about. The name of the person, the skeletal undead from the catacombs mentioned that was in the kitchen when we passed by.
There was a dwarf, probably some mage based off of the staff he wielded. The remnants of a female dwarf mentioned that we should go see him. When we tried to enter the room, he seemed defensive, so we left and he let us be. Something like Old Man or something, I don't recall.
I don't remember his last name.
There was a lot happening there.
Well, Pedro, you probably remember that last name better than we do, as the DM.
I do, but that's all you guys.
Yeah.
I'm sure I'll remember in time. I'm just absorbing a lot.
I'll roll history to remember.
Yeah, I'll do that.
It would be base intelligence.
We figured it
well,
was
good, because I can reroll now.
I can do that.
We figured attempting to put him down was an unnecessary distraction.
What does a 14 on the die get me, Pedro?
Plus your intelligence modifier.
That would be a 1
on the die.
So 15.
Let's
That's
see.
better than me. I got a 6. I was too busy poking at the undead to hear their names.
Yeah, you were.
Yeah, you really were.
Old Man Grimskull.
That's it. Ask about Old Man Grimskull. Do you recognize that name at all?
No, he's not one that I had met in my travels, no.
Oh, other important question. I mean, it's not that important, but something we were kind of realized after it happened. You didn't by chance hire a giant clan to guard the front, did you?
Not that I recollect.
Okay, I feel so much better about that now.
I'm glad I could help.
You know about the guy in the clerk's office in that labyrinth?
No, we just had some stone giants guarding the front. After we killed them, we thought maybe this was one of Eno's precautions.
Yeah.
But
did we tell about about the clerk dwarf in the labyrinth?
Old Man Grimskull?
No, the clerk dwarf that was behind the clerk's window.
Oh, Castigan?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that was a while back.
We
that was a
told
while
him
ago.
about
No,
that a long
he's
time ago.
No, he got to go home. He's written to me, they're taking care of him for 75 years of duty performed.
All right, I wasn't
I mean,
for that.
I know of dwarven stubbornness, but that is genuinely impressive.
Okay, I
Good
was
management.
A sense of duty.
Okay, so I think we've got all we can give to Eno to get him on the hunt. So
All right.
I
Well,
thank for his help with my curse issue.
I will certainly look into it. Have you any leads on where you can go next?
Did we ever get any leads? I don't think we got any real leads. We just sort of.
Rumor has it there's a dragon zone in Cerberus.
Yeah, but do you call that a lead?
I call that.
That's a rumor.
Well, considering where it came from.
Unless you have anything better.
That man could have executed all of us and made it look like an accident and then left anyway. I think he did right by us.
I don't think he'd take the time to make it look like an accident. I think he'd make it a statement, but
that's just because that's how you would do.
He looked at us like we were rats. We were nothing to him.
No, because rats you at least find creepy.
Oh, shit.
Maybe you find them creepy. I find them tasty.
Peasants.
Well,
so yeah, after we're done harassing Eno and getting info, I think we should leave him to do his investigating.
Yes, well, if it's Sobring that you're thinking about heading to, you'll need to find access and admittance into it. The only entrance that I know of is through old tunnels kept in the Illwater prison. Though to get there, you'll need the approval of the mayor just to step onto the island. If you have any standing with any of the local lords that could give you a good word, that may help.
Oh, we do.
Someone we know.
We've got 2 lords that we're in good standing with right now. 3 if you want to include the siblings as 2 separates.
Well then, I think you have some ideas on what to do. I'll lead you to that, and I'll go ahead and start researching those other 12 Death Knights.
Sorry, what was the name of that prison again?
Illwater, I-L Water.
One word?
Yep.
Okay.
It'd be fun if he's like, no, 4.
At least it's not Sweetwater.
I have one other question for you.
Oh, by all means.
I'm looking for a tree. And a tree planted before the city of Ravens Bluff stood. That still stands today. It grows flowers on its trunk.
Really?
I'm interested in collecting these flowers.
I believe you would find that in the Temple of Shantea. It was built around the oldest tree in the city.
Fantastic.
Why are we looking for this tree?
Because they're a port key.
You mean like Harry Potter, Porky?
Who is this Potter? Why is he so
I-
hairy?
Basically a way for us to teleport where the other guys came from. Ravnica.
Okay.
Or whatever.
Yes.
Perhaps he's also a shit.
It could open a door to Kryn. And I
Interesting.
have a feeling we're going to end up having to go there before all this is said and done.
Yeah, I think we should worry about our own
Just so you're
plan
aware, after traveling with the Wild Hunt for 50 years, I don't like plane hopping.
That's okay. We'll just drug you.
No, then you're in entirely the wrong business, Fenrir.
I'll do it if I have to. Just don't like it. Just
You
risky
were only
business.
serviced for 50? You got off light.
I'm
I
gonna
did.
I'm gonna put my hand gently on Eno's shoulder and say, "Thank you. We'll do what we can to carry on your work."
You see some slight kind of tears well up in his eyes, and he looks over at Draho and he says, "I understand why you always cry at the touch. He has a strong grip."
Right? I don't think he realizes how violent he is.
Or is this like a "why is it raining" kind of thing?
Yep.
Okay.
I
Actually, I look at my own hand.
I say you've been a strong adventurer, and I take off the necklace of the Hydra tooth I recently acquired. I give it to him. I'm like, as when he pass on, be one with the hunt.
He looks at it. "Oh, you found Fluffy. I suppose you had to put Fluffy down."
Yeah, he was in a bad mood.
Yeah, that would be Fluffy.
Nothing.
Now I
it's
feel
not like
bad.
Really, with the multi-headed creature guarding the treasure is like fluffy.
Why not?
You started it with the Harry Potter reference. I knew it was coming.
Again,
Why not? We've got a pseudo dragon
Is he
named
perhaps also a shifter?
Fluffle Snugglebottom.
Well, you did manage to get us a few extra weeks of time before our next fight.
That is true, and that is coming up.
We
Have you
don't
done
need
anything
to
to hype this up?
What existential enemy could possibly measure up to the fight that we've already picked with 13 Death Knights?
That's how you get us killed.
Oh, no. See, the fight we're going to isn't actually dangerous.
Oh, we kind of forgot to tell
us.
you about that.
We're involved in a completely legitimate, I use very sarcastic air quotes, completely legitimate and not in any way underground or illegal fight club.
When he says absolutely legitimate, even with the air quotes, I kind of give him a thumbs up. When he says not in any way illegal, I'm like,
as they're doing this, I'm just like, I just nod extensively.
Point is
and
that
send a ship to make hair grow.
Now the thing with that is that we can add more members onto the team whenever we like, and we would be honored and grateful if you would help.
So this is like some challenge so that we can acquire some great magic item that will be a great boon to helping us defeat all of these undead?
This is
we do it because we're trying to raise our popularity and charge
for
more.
fun and get money.
I mean, we do get paid, which definitely helps with everything else.
Yeah, we mostly just to get some air stuff out and money.
No, we mostly do it because it raises our profile and we're the only adventurers in town, so we can charge twice as much.
Masaki looks at, a blood sport?
Blood sport is a strong
word. That is what they get into.
We don't kill things that have, what's the word I'm looking for? Rights? Are rights the word I'm looking for?
I mean, I think at least the giants volunteered.
We don't kill other sentient humanoids.
We weren't fighting other humanoids. We were fighting things that we would fight if they attacked us anyway.
It's not the what we're killing. It's the thought that there is a limited space of time. We have come to a race late. The fate of the plane is in balance, and you want to go play with your toys in a sealed room.
Well, one, we're getting paid. All the more money we have, the more access we have to things that will be helpful. Two, I have a reputation to maintain. Three
builds our profile.
These fights only last maybe a couple of minutes at a time, and it keeps us sharp.
And again, raises our profile. Arachnophobia is currently we're close to being the #1 team. Oh, and also I have a personal stake of if we don't beat the #1 team, I'm gonna have to give up. I think it was 2 months of my free time to fight in that team.
And the noble.
That's not our problem.
And the noble who's sponsoring us is actually a very good connection with further connections. So you do meet people doing this.
That's true. We've met a lot of nobles.
Imagine that's how we're going to get access to Illwater.
Oh, yeah. Well, because we've got the dude, his sister, our noble that sponsored us, and then we have the woman who gave us the ring when we did her quest.
So we have to do this to make face so we can continue with our journey.
Yeah.
A bit, but also, again, the spoils do help. The practice does help.
Okay, Drew,
it's only
out of character.
It's only once every 10 minutes.
Did you make available to our audience the YouTube video from earlier?
Yeah.
Okay.
Of course, we as characters haven't gotten to that part yet.
I'm not concerned. So, okay, I think we should prepare ourselves. Is the fight for like a week after we got back or something? So we do our downtime, then we come back to the fight?
Correct.
We still have about 2 weeks, correct?
Correct.
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay, then do the downtime.
So we can do plenty of research or whatever we want to in the meantime. and then we can go do that. But before we set out, we're going to need a lot more information and a few things in order.
I'd
for one,
also
need
like to
support
bank my my money
That's fine.
that I have stored.
Yeah, go ahead and make the. Well, you can't. I'll make that adjustment later. Go ahead and remind me post game.
I'll need to find a moment to try to see if I can communicate with my village. They need to know what we may be facing.
And I'd eventually have to send word back home, too.
And also, now that you've brought up Cast again, I actually should reach out to him as well. Since you brought
So
up Cast
pretty
again,
much
where I should reach out to
downtime
him.
plus digging into any leads we have, because like
That you
Draho only has connections in Mithranor, and that's the only place he could contact for help.
Yes,
it'd
please
probably-
contact Mithranor.
It would probably be better if we went in person than to send a letter. The mail's very hard to get. It's very hard to get letters there. They get lost sometimes, occasionally cut up and burned.
I mean, they only have so many sorting offices.
Yeah, so we probably have to go there in person at some point to make that connection.
You can make that happen, right, Draho?
Yeah, of course. I would be happy to take you back to my home that I have not visited for many a year.
To notice his sarcasm, would that be insight or perception?
Insight. So, do you guys all then break for your downtime?
Yeah.
All right.
I just start getting wasted at the bar with
Yeah, I go do all I needed to do, which was essentially increase my mercenary team, put together a wagon for adventuring, and invest some more.
I go to our blacksmith with Draho, because I think Draho needs to be the one to smooth this over, since we have so many wagons we worked on. Take just a day or two to coat my hammer here in some of the adamantium to make it stronger.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he'll be happy to. We got some left over after the wagons.
I just figured that he probably wouldn't stop on the wagons unless you told him to.
Well, I mean, provided he can get it done in a reasonable time frame. I do need a second wagon before the tournament.
I mean, it's not like he's making a whole new hammer. He just has to coat the existing one.
Oh.
So.
Also, I'm going to ask him how he...
Plus, Draho, I need to respect who's in charge here.
Yeah. Plus, I'm going to ask him while we're there, how do you find working with the adamantine? Because I know you said you had no experience with it when I started you on this.
Well, it's a little tough, but it's workable. Just takes some time.
Okay. Glad to hear you're working with it. Gives you a whole new avenue to work with going forward. Being the only guy in town that knows how to work with adamantine could probably be useful.
Well, that is true.
Yeah. So, it's good to know that you're doing this work at such a reasonable price for the learning experience.
And Fenrir, what did you have going
on? Honestly, is there like a library in town?
Lots of them.
Yes.
Lots of them. Is there one that would have the information on the Feywilds and stuff?
Potentially. Go ahead and roll a d20.
Natural 20.
All right.
on?
So you end up making your way into the local wizards college. They pop you over to a kind of plainer area. And you're able to pick up a few books on the Feywild, kind of discussing how it's a overly shifting kind of place, yet things are stagnant and shifting. So at times, like the sun or moon, wherever it's out, is always the same, but the plants kind of shift around as they please, things along those lines.
Yeah, I ask him for more specific towards the realm of the Wild Hunts area, the Feywilds, and if he has any information around that area.
Unfortunately, they only have the kind of generic information on the Feywild itself. They point you towards like checking in with, say, Candlekeep, as they tend to have more esoteric types of books.
Okay. Where's Candlekeep?
Far off.
Candlekeep. Candlekeep's my place, man. I made a wizard that was a student of Candlekeep once.
Okay. But where is it? I got cut out.
Far off in the realm.
It's a long ways away.
Far off in the realm.
Yep.
I say thanks for your help, and then I leave, and I head over to the blacksmith, where I assume Draho and they are, and I see if there's any extra adamantium for some arrow tips, possibly.
We do have some excess left over.
We got like 2 cartloads, so.
Well, we use most of it on the carts.
Fenrir, for specific, this is where Candlekeep is here on the map. It's south of Baldur's Gate in kind of the Ammon region.
Oh, okay.
Yield
Thank
Google
you.
Maps.
Yep. And for reference, you are way over here in the Dragon Reach. So
Okay.
you're going literally...
It's quite a ways away, like a couple leagues.
Yep.
I think we need to invest in an airship. Think how much easier that'll make the caravan business.
No, the point of the caravan business is to be as low income invested into it.
Well,
highest
while I'm
return.
at the armor or blacksmith with them, I have him coat some of my arrow tips with adamantium with the excess.
Yeah, how much adamantium would it take to get like a full quiver of adamantium arrows? Because he could use those. I don't need them. I got magic arrows whenever I want.
Honestly,
not
that
terribly much.
All right, then I'll do that too.
Okay.
Actually, Fenrir, I'm glad you're here. I had an idea. Let me take you over to the tannery.
Yeah, and make sure wherever you guys go. Basically, at this point, I think all the businesses I have an investment in, I just have a arachnophobia insignia that everyone has a little wooden disc with a symbol on it. Just show it to them and they give you the discount. Because I don't want to have to go with everyone to get them their discounts.
Good idea.
So it's a disc count?
Oh, why did I do this? I just punned myself again. It's the
You did it to
handbag all
yourself.
over.
Do you carry that in a handbag?
Oh, why am I so naturally gifted at puns?
Okay, so why are we going to the tanner?
We take you to the tanner and be like, knock, knock. I'm back.
Hey.
Do you have some luck with those bullets?
I did, and he kind of pulls out the various different pieces, sets them out on the table. Come on over, take a look.
Oh, I inspect him. That's very fine work, especially for your first try with these creatures.
Yeah, it's not bad. Yeah, they were surprisingly easy to work with.
Didn't burn you, did they? They tend to burn if you cut them.
No, didn't have a problem.
Maybe it's because...
I asked him if he can emblazon my symbol of a hawk on the breastplate.
Do you have an example?
So yes, I was actually wondering if you could take at least some of this and make the finest armor you can for him. He needs a bit of an upgrade.
Oh, definitely.
Okay.
Take about as long as it took to make this one, but I can do it.
I just wanted to make sure you had time to take measurements.
Yep, definitely. So he
I
pulls you
like
over
a
to
little
kind of
picture.
a wooden stump, Fenrir, has you stand on it, and then starts, yanking your arms and legs in different directions, checking all your measurements.
I pulled out my little sigil and I told him, put this somewhere on the breastplate. It's like this little winged expand hulk.
Sure. So he takes that and goes over to what looks like just kind of a bunch of sand and pushes it into it and then pulls it out lightly and then hands it back to you after brushing it off.
How much would you like for your service on this? Because I know this was a new thing for you. You weren't sure how much to charge.
Well, I'll take the same amount that we did for the last one.
All right, and I hand him the 51 gold.
All right.
Well, I actually meant for the skinning process because I don't think I paid him for that yet.
Oh no, that's all part and parcel with making things.
Oh, okay. Well,
Well, thank you for that.
Of course.
Any other useful bits on them as far as you can see?
Not that I noticed. Mostly just the exterior. If you want any of the guts, I've got them in a cooler.
I'll eat them.
Actually, you know what? Since we're there, let's try them. Let's take like a haunch of it to kibble.
Okay.
And see if you can do anything with it.
All right.
And I'll actually cut off a piece of it too and give to Draho. See if your little friend, if he would like that.
Yeah, I'll
Yeah,
hand some over
we just start
to,
snacking on them while he measures me.
I'll hand them over.
I mean,
to
it's in his
Fluffle, see if
cooler.
he
We're
eats
gonna
it.
want them warmed. They have these things called spices here.
Well, actually, you know what? Good idea for the excess there. If they've got a lot of excess meat off those things that we're not using, we should send them if it's edible and doesn't taste like garbage. Send it over to the barracks and let the guys feed off of it for a while. Save them some money on food.
Well, again, like I'll kind of sniff it, see if it seems
Pretty good to me.
at least
Seems
palatable.
edible.
Seems edible?
It has a kind of dry, earthy-ish taste.
I mean, that would make sense with the burrowing.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, yeah, then definitely take them and all the excess meat left over, take it out to the barracks.
Again, I'll just like take what's left of like a leg because I assume he takes it off in bigger chunks.
Yep.
And I'll bring that with me and I'll present it to Kibble. I'll make Kibble. See if you can make something out of that.
He leans down and sniffs it and is like, "That smells gross."
I tell Caleb, it's really good, kid. Just give it a shot. Eat some.
I mean, I'm sure that with your skill you can try to make it palatable. I'll try it first, okay? And I'll tell you if it's
okay. And
remember those things that burned us?
Uh-huh.
What's more satisfying than just eating the flesh of your enemies?
Not getting burned in the first place?
He's right about that.
Tahoe's rubbing off on you, and I walk away. I'll actually need your help with something else later.
I tell him he spends a little bit too much time with his master.
Okay. But save just a raw piece of it for Draho's other friend.
Okay.
Thank you. I just want to see what he thinks about it. With that, I am going to go just outside the town, like just far enough away into the woods that like I can't see the walls easily,
mm-hmm.
and try to commune with my bear spirit.
Okay. He takes about 10 minutes for you to get into that appropriate framework of mind, but once you do and you're fully zen, you see him kind of plodding up to you.
You saw what we were facing down there.
Mm.
I need you to show that to my sister.
Mm.
Try to urge her to contact me if she can. Show her the way to this city so that she may either find us herself or knows where to send that message.
Mm. And it kind of turns and starts plodding off in a northwesterly direction.
Before it goes, I'm going to extend one of my claws. Thank you for these.
Hmm.
Then I'll go back to town, make those purchases we mentioned.
Okay.
And after the next day, sit down and have Kibble read out a letter, and I'll pay him for this. Because my handwriting's bad. To cast again, and I'll send you the particulars of that.
Okay.
And I will, once he's done writing it, I will have him like draw like a little bear paw symbol in the lower right corner.
Sure.
Okay. But basically to express to him that I need to ask him questions. It would probably be safer in person if we could come to meet him. I need to come meet him, or if he needs to come out to us. Also to thank him for that gift from last time. It's very appreciated.
Okay.
Anyone else got anything particular before we head to the arena?
Aside from pick up my new armor? No?
And your arrows.
Oh, and having been told that we have to maybe see if we can get some nobles to give us a hookup, as it were. I'm going to go actually visit Lord and Lady McIntyre.
Okay.
I once we get up there, I assume that Lord McIntyre is the one who answers after we get past his guard.
The guard comes in. He seems to be asleep on a chase lounger kind of thing.
Oh, the Lord does?
Yep.
Is the lady about?
Oh, yeah, this way.
Oh, okay. I follow.
Yeah, he takes you off to kind of her sparring chamber. She turns. Oh, Ark. I didn't think we had anything scheduled for today.
No, we don't. I just well, this is us handling what we discussed already, but like in real time for the audience. So,
yep.
Okay. We didn't. But how are you feeling, by the way? You were very worse for wear when we found you.
Much better. Much better.
Okay. You seem rather fit.
Yes. Just need to get into the training.
Hold that thought for a moment. We are going to have to, in the near future, travel some places, and I'm told that we'll have someone explain the particulars to you. It's kind of lost on me, that whole concept of having to ask to go into another country. Diplomacy is just above me.
Oh, okay.
But we were told that maybe a noble house would be able to get the right paperwork in order.
Oh, I think we can come to an arrangement on that.
Okay, still learning how all this civilized stuff works.
Certainly.
Regarding the training, though, that offer is still open if you wanted to. Because, I mean, if you're going to go off and do stuff like that again, let's have you better prepared.
Yes.
Although you managed to get pretty far in, I will say.
Let's definitely do that. I'd love to have you on the schedule.
Oh, okay. When would be a good time for you? I'm sure your schedule's a bit busier than mine.
Oh, I'm open most of this week. How about you?
Okay. Me too. And with the match coming up in about another 2 weeks, it's good to stay in practice.
Yes, definitely.
So you just tell me when, and we can work on that.
Well, how about we start bright and early tomorrow morning?
Okay, very good. Just to warn you, I'm not purposefully holding back, but I'm currently having my best weapon enhanced, so I'm going to be using a lesser non-magical weapon against you. I don't mean to dishonor you that way.
Oh, no, that's understandable. Everybody needs to have performance enhancers from time to time.
Oh my god!
Nice.
It's funny because I have 2 performance enhancing drugs in my inventory right now.
Kedro, PG, please, PG.
That's pretty PG.
That's PG.
Especially compared to the conversation he and I had about this yesterday.
We'll just put an asterisk next to the stats. It'll be fine.
Why are you grinning so much? This fatigue feels amazing. Okay. Bright and early then, and it's nice to see you again.
But definitely. Have one of your people write up what specifically you're needing and bring that with. I'll see to it for you.
Okay. I mean, they're not like my people. Like Draho has people. They're my friends.
Yes, they're definitely your friends.
Okay. Do I like bow now, or how's this work?
Oh, don't worry about it, honey.
Oh my god.
Well, thank you. I'll see you in the morning.
All right.
Okay.
Wow.
I leave off.
Wow.
You're going to become a noble one day, Ark.
Or somebody's, you know.
Look, this just started as Ark knowing someone wanted to go off an adventure, and this is warrior respecting warrior.
Yeah. Ark's. Oh, wait, no.
It doesn't.
You would actually hold higher authority than I do in this city, so I've got to spike this relationship right here, right now.
It's also not. It's also not hurting her that this is the most pleasant sounding noble I've ever heard, and that's not just by comparison. But by comparison, way higher.
But over that week of training, she does get you the information that you need set up in a letter. Basically, a letter of recommendation, stamped House McIntyre.
Okay.
Swear to God, if you become Ark McIntyre and you start outranking me, I will burn this city down with all my investments.
That's if I allow it.
Yeah, Baxter life. Stick to that.
Also, so after that first week of training, there's that. Do we go for the second one, or does that wrap up what we discussed?
That'll wrap up what we discussed.
Okay.
Who else has?
After that,
okay.
After that first week, because I would have gotten my hammer back before that, right?
Yep.
Okay. When I come back, you guys notice that there's a ribbon tied to my maul.
What's that?
Lady McIntyre gave this to me as kind of a thanks for helping train her up. Because if she's going to go off an adventure too, we needed to make sure she doesn't get ambushed like that again. And she gave me this and some money. I didn't ask for it. I just wanted to be nice. But she's a very nice person.
It's a ribbon?
It's a ribbon, and she tied it to my maul.
Okay, I'm going to sniff the ribbon. Does it smell like perfume?
It does.
Oh, I'm going to be very disgruntled. So, you and the Lady McIntyre are getting close.
I mean, we were in melee range. That's how it works.
Oh, man. Oh, this is horrible.
Oh, God.
I love how I'm not trying for any of these things to be insults to you. They just are.
So, I mean, obviously, there's a class system involved. So, yeah, you know what? No, I don't have to worry. I'm sure her father is a man of breeding.
I mean, yes, he has 2 kids. That's how that works.
No. This is noble talk. You wouldn't understand.
But clearly not.
Yeah, you're not a noble, and you never will be.
Draho's
going to say that very angrily.
Situation perfectly. I go over to Draho and I just pull him away and I'm like, listen to me now. Don't start something. We don't need to start something. Be nice.
Just real quick for
understand what's going on.
Just real quick for me to be able to personally envision it. What color is the ribbon?
We'll say a kind of goldish yellow.
Okay. It's like the thorns you make, Draho.
No, it's not.
But no,
my thorns are a majestic shade of House Reiklandmere blue.
But you do there's gold in it though.
There's gold trim on my crest, yes, but that's because one color doesn't work.
But it's like almost the same.
No. You don't understand what's happening, you poor, naive peasant boy.
I understand college, Draho.
Where's this conversation taking place at?
Assumably in the bar.
Just like in the bar, like where everyone is. Like that's where I just came after
Masaki's walking down the stairs.
Having the friendly bound of beating up a noble woman.
Masaki comes walking down the stairs and comes up behind you, goes, "Oh, you've been marked," and walks out the door in a yukata. Just sachets out the door.
Immediately, as soon as you say that, I'm just like, is there something on my face? Dude, no. I don't have any new scars.
I pause at the door and I look back.
Oh my god.
You civilized people are confusing.
Well,
no, you're the one
someone
confused,
has claimed
Dark. You're the one very, very confused right now.
Okay. Enough of me having to put Ark back in his position.
As I leave to go shop.
I'm like, Misaki, wait up. As I see her walk out, I'm like, you need an escort.
I love how I blunder into having the equivalent of a high persuasion roll.
No, I think I will be fine, Finra.
That is it for me.
All right.
As she says this, I'm just like, damn it, and I walk away.
Anyone else care to share their downtime information?
I'm just going to spend it trying to diffuse the anger of Joe and his obscene anger at a situation that is out of Ark's understanding to control.
Have you heard the tale of Sisyphus?
So Navarre just spends basically 2 weeks in the library working on her plan to Constantine her way out of this situation she has gotten herself into.
How many more packs do I got to make before I break even?
I like the term.
Tyson also spends a lot of time in the library.
Nerds, get out there and make some money.
And I'm also going to make some plans to make a trip to Tantris at some point in the near future.
Y'all getting involved with some stuff well above your station in life. Fairy kings,
Bravo.
Other dimensions.
You need to just calm down about this, buddy.
No, that didn't bother me. Y'all gotta just not bring me along when you start making trouble with celestial beings.
Nobody asked you to come, Draho.
But I'm going to.
I mean, I will admit her body is pretty heavenly, but she clearly works out.
Draho's gonna have a long talk with you.
I am so telling her you said that, and I'm gonna make sure you're standing there when I do.
What? I can't compliment a fellow warrior's fine athletic physique?
You can. There are always consequences.
Okay. Like you possibly getting murdered.
No. This is all wrong. Draho is definitely going to spend
stock, one of
as
the two.
much time as he can.
Why are you guys making such a big deal about this? We just fought each other. She was very appreciated. She gave me some money for my time, which I didn't even ask for, and this pretty ribbon.
I see what's happening. I don't have anything to worry about.
Here's the deal.
Ark,
You're
in this
blushing.
society that's called prostitution.
That gives us giggles.
How can you see me blushing for all this hair?
No, it's okay.
How you're just making stuff up?
It's okay. I see what's happening. I have nothing to worry about.
You guys are all weird.
Okay.
I just went to a lady's place, offered to beat her up. She accepted. She beat me up too. It was a good time.
Yeah,
I pull out the book,
thing.
Basic Halyardry 101. I flip to the page on favors, and I push it towards him.
As fascinating as discussing where Ark sheathes his sword is, perhaps there's something more useful we could be doing.
What is happening right now between Ark and Lady McIntyre is
I agree.
Like the courtship rituals.
We need to be doing something more useful now.
Yeah, let's get to the combat.
Like, this is just a thing that happens in his village. This is not how courtship works as far as he's concerned.
Yeah, but is she from your village?
I'm saying that out of character. Like that's why
I'm pointing that out to you.
All right, let's get to combat, and I will be having words with Ark downtime.
All right, so everyone's done with
3
the
weeks
downtime.
later.
Anything else?
I think I get it.
Nope.
No,
I was able to get my shopping done to get Kidra.
Yep,
and we
sure can.
At some point, me and Draho would have met up with what's his face, Eleanor, to find out what happened while we were away.
Sure. So he lets you know that the two other teams are actually still in the running. Milk-fed babies were combating essentially a massive like pseudopod kind of thing. Not quite a kraken, but should be a kraken. Came out of the water.
Water.
Yep.
And
then
they're like
Clan Iron Legs were put up against what looked like an army of either Modron, Duodron, or Tridron.
Those are the little mechanical people, right?
Yep, the little worker bees from Mechanus.
Yeah.
Well, I have no idea what to expect from that.
I feel like one of them got off easy.
Giddy giddy.
You're suggesting that a horde of 500-pound geometric shapes flying at you is easy?
I mean, as opposed to something underwater, I can't breathe underwater. I can breathe on land.
And how
You
long
can't breathe. The 500-pound sits on your chest.
How long do you
can.
think the squid's going to do if you pull it up on land?
Well, hopefully, if we fight a squid, it's not going to be on land.
Joho, have you ever actually gone and done any fishing?
What? Fishing? Oh, yeah. The people that brought us food did fishing. It's something where you go out in the water and you bring
Okay,
food.
Joho, we're going to have to talk later about how things like that work.
Yeah, we're going to have to talk later about your station in life.
Okay. Why do you sound so threatened by me going and sparring with someone?
It's not important right now.
You hesitated.
Not important. We will discuss
To
this.
combat we go.
Okay, mine's on the prize. Let's go kill something.
All right.
You don't understand how much it would hurt Drawho if Ark suddenly outranked him as a noble.
Oh, I know exactly how much it would piss you off.
So, you guys head to the Hall of Wonders, and then you head down into the prep room to await the match start. This is the first time in entering this room that you found it to be anything but bare walls and furniture. This time, you find it filled with resplendent, flowery bouquets, most of which are comprised of blue roses. Additionally, there are,
I didn't
there are
set
some
this up.
small platters of meats, cheeses, and fruits that are interspersed between the bouquets, mingling their scents with those of the flowers.
I'm going to take one of those roses and actually put it behind my ear.
Okay.
I was going to say, if these roses are available to take, we definitely have to scatter them across the battlefield.
Does anyone have a problem with me wearing this too? Like, what are the rules with this?
Are there any cards, notes, anything attached to any of the stuff in the room?
Oddly, there are not.
Okay.
So wait, we get to the room and
I'm
there's
gonna
just a
say
bunch of blue
I
roses and
don't-
food?
Mm-hmm.
Make a constitution check.
I was just about to say, I'm not
going to touch any of it.
Okay.
Alrighty.
I'm just gonna say this out loud. Like, I don't trust the situation of just random food about in a place that is usually barren, from what I've heard. So I'm not gonna touch any of this. It seems rather suspicious.
Yeah, I'm going to take the roses with me. I'll scatter them across the ground when we exit.
Okay. So, the doors end up opening, and you can see streamers and other fireworks shooting off kind of from either side, creating a bit of backwashed haze of blue, yellow, and green.
They're finally taking my tips on showmanship.
You hear the crowd roar to the sights and sound of the fireworks. How would you like to take the field?
Why is there a ballista?
There's always a ballista. It has one bolt, and Kimmel uses it. Them's the rules.
As we're entering the field, I shift.
Okay.
I'm going to use prestidigitation to make all these to like a little poof of wind, and I'm just going to start floating flowers to random women in the audience. Just everywhere.
I am, of course, carrying the banner.
Okay.
By the way, did we all die from flowers and food?
You do not.
Ark would have eaten before going there.
So, who's rushing in what order?
I will plant the flag here, and I will rush as far in as well. I'm going to avoid the freaking water.
I'm gonna go behind the wall there, next to the grass. It looks like grass or acid. I don't know what that is.
The green in the upper
acid.
left
It's
is
acid.
acid. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. That wall there, next to the acid. I'm gonna go behind that and like plant myself.
Keep in mind, things tend to come out of the door that's behind that.
That is true. All right. So as the four of you exit, go ahead and make a con save for me.
God damn it.
For what?
I believe he's about to tell us.
13.
17.
Woo, 20, baby.
17.
I'm assuming everybody that exit needs to give you the con save.
That's right.
You guys notice us all sneezing and go, is it prep?
Was it the roses?
It was not.
Okay, good. Because I just blew them at like random members of the audience.
Yeah.
So there's gotta be a pandemic. It will happen.
It's okay. They're all wearing those arachnophobia masks we manufactured, right?
Not yet. I've still got them in production. We haven't started selling them yet. That's the phase 3 of my business plan.
All right. So what ends up happening is as you're moving through
Where
that,
am I, Kadro?
you are down at the bottom currently. You just can't quite see you or Kibble. As you're moving through that kind of haze of blue and yellow and green, it feels like it's kind of burning both your outside and as you breathe it in. So that is a save v poison. Everybody above 18 will have passed the check.
Wow.
So, okay. Sweet.
Milkfed baby's playing
I
dirty.
got it.
Anyone that didn't pass the check takes 27 points of damage.
Oh, wow. I wasn't even raging yet.
Everyone that
Okay.
did pass takes half that.
So, what's half of 17?
Half of 17 or half of 27.
And that's poison damage, right?
Oh.
Correct.
Well, you said it's 27 damage, so what's half of 27? Okay.
So 13.
That's from going through the threshold?
Correct.
That's going through that colored smoke.
So,
So-
next question. Does that smoke look like something that was put
I
there
have
by
a
the
question.
tournament runners, or does it look like something that was
Damn
rigged?
it.
A little both.
Okay. What were you saying, Fenrir?
Well, it's 17 damage, so I had 8 from my shift from entering. So,
So 9.
it would be,
You said, wait, you took half that?
I would take 9 regular damage, right?
Correct.
Did you?
It was 13, so you would take 5.
So I take 5. Okay. Thank you.
And what it was is that haze of blue, yellow, and green as you were walking through it.
Okay.
Those of you that are trained in Arcana, go ahead and give me an
Yes.
Arcana check.
Trained? I'm trained.
So have it as like a specialty?
Not a specialty, but where it's something that you're proficient in.
So that's a 12.
Okay. Yeah.
Anybody do better than 12?
No.
No.
Only a few of us actually have the training in it, so.
Okay.
Yeah.
With the 12, you definitely think that was some form of spell effect. Not necessarily the blue, but the yellow and green.
Kedro, can I ask you a question?
You certainly can.
Would that count as a surprise round?
No, because it's just something you're walking through.
Fair enough. Okay. Otherwise, that would have
messed up.
affected how much damage I took.
Yep. And it would alert someone's special
I
little
say
weapon.
technically we can't be surprised, so.
Well, it's if there is a surprise round, I can rage initially, and
Yeah, why didn't Masaki's spear go off?
Because it's not something
Saki's-
that can be warned.
Oh, that's
Oh,
dumb.
okay.
by the way, on the way there, were we approached by any of the Thieves Guild?
You were not.
That's a good thing I didn't bet on this fight.
I look at Kai and Draho's general direction. And I go, I snort out what's left of that, and I go, "Oh, we're talking to someone about this."
Hey, Kadro?
You're talking. I'm killing someone for this.
Kadro, I asked to be right behind that wall.
You get to about there when stuff begins happening.
Okay.
So
I have javelins ready. I have a shield and javelin ready.
Okay. Kai, were you about to
So
say
does
something?
this poison have a lingering effect, or is it just damage and done?
Damage and done.
Okay, good.
Okay.
Yep.
Sweet.
So
Well,
yeah,
that's
as soon
handy.
as I notice I've been poisoned, I drink one of the healing potions. How much does that give me back?
2d2 plus 2. Or
Correct.
2d4 plus 2.
2d4 plus 2?
Mm-hmm.
I'll
Not
actually.
very good, but they're cheap.
And as you're quaffing it, from kind of that central water pit, a massive iron hand reaches out, clawing at the surface.
Iron Hand.
Yep.
Okay. I'm assuming it's coming in my general direction.
Actually, more to the lower right.
Okay.
You see it pull its form up through the now receding water in that central portion of the Colosseum. And as it does, it stands 30 feet tall and clutches an equally gargantuan two-handed sword that it holds now in both hands. A
What
hush falls over the crowd.
Is this a construct?
We're going to find out in a second here.
I'll tell you what, it's not going to be walking off this field alive.
I mean, it can't walk off alive if it isn't alive to start.
Colossal iron golem.
Kedro, you just made me very happy for several reasons.
I know.
Also known as an Imperial Knight.
Looks like
Yeah,
it.
thank you.
Also known as soon-to-be Scrap.
All right.
As long as it doesn't have the 40k weapons, we'll be okay.
Everybody go ahead and roll initiative.
Why would you say that, heretic? Oh, hey, not bad. 20.
19, Kedro.
So how many bolters does this thing have?
Too
Not
many.
enough.
I'm not worried about the bolter. It's the Vulcan cannon on the arm.
Fenrir,
It
you
has
said
0
19?
bolters. It has a heavy stubber
Yeah, I said
and
19.
a volcano cannon. And
Wrong game.
Arc, what was
20
yours?
for Arc.
20? All right.
Where
That,
is...
Advantage is nice.
All right, 20, baby. Boom.
All right. Looks like that places Draho in front of Arc. Anyone not roll initiative yet?
I'm 16.
Yep. All right. Draho, you're up first.
Okay, first things first. I'm going to take a sharp shot at it with my magic bow.
Okay.
See what happens. 12, does that hit?
It does not.
Do it again.
I mean, you hit it, you just didn't penetrate the armor.
10, that doesn't hit either. Is there any other enemies on the battlefield?
Not that you can see.
I certainly
Okay.
hope not. I think this is enough.
Okay, action surge. I'm going to start off big.
Okay.
16.
We'll also miss.
Really?
I am substantially less thrilled about this.
Come on, natural 20, baby. Ooh, 20. Not natural, but it's still 20.
That does hit.
Finally.
I would have been very concerned if that did not.
So I'm going to hit him and thorn him.
I'm still reasonably concerned, but
So that's 21 magic piercing damage.
Okay.
And
and
2d6.
Oh, thinking about that. What part are you aiming for?
Oh, I didn't know there was parts involved in this.
It's pretty huge.
that is a fun question to be asking.
Well, in that case, I'm going to definitely be aiming for legs.
Okay.
So the right leg, we'll say. And I'll thorn it because, it'll slow it down some.
That is the hope.
Should.
Out of curiosity, does this thing count as wearing armor?
It is constructed of iron. So, no.
Okay.
It doesn't need armor. It is the armor.
So the spell from my book wouldn't have any effect?
It would, but it counts as the unarmored portion that's listed.
Okay, that was 2d6 poison, if that matters. I doubt it takes poison.
It does not.
Okay, well, now it's bound, so it has 10-foot slower movement range and takes 2d6 slashing every time it moves,
Okay.
unless it breaks it.
All right. Anything else?
Yeah. I'm also going to make sure I got my thing clicked. So 5. Let's see here. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. I'm going to get to the back end of this lava so he can't get me. He's going to have to go through lava if he wants to hit me.
All right.
And that's it.
That'll move us to Ark.
Yes, I would like to rage against the machine.
Okay.
I did not expect to be able to make that joke this early.
Today. I don't like it anymore.
Oh, wait, I had a bonus action. I'll second win while I'm at it.
Okay.
Might as well. Took some damage. So that's a D8 plus 7.
Correct.
D10.
Oh, D10.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
It's your hit die.
Gotcha.
And I will take my brand new
Nice.
spiffy, blessed by Muradin adamantine maul.
And Lady McIntyre.
That just gives me moral support. And I will recklessly attack this thing.
Okay.
That is a 19 to hit.
Will not hit.
Well, we know the magic number, and it is too high. Second attack. Wow. Okay. This isn't going so good. That is my action economy.
Okay.
Second one was lower.
That'll bring us to Fenrir.
All right, can you put me behind that wall? And but before you do, is that wall low enough to shoot over?
That particular wall is about 10 feet high. The wall over on the right is about 6.5 feet high.
You could also hide behind the big old pile of rocks you're right next to.
Oh, how high is the pile of rocks on here?
About 3.5 feet high.
You could fire.
Okay.
Not prone.
Yeah. Can you put me on the farthest end of the pile of rocks, like a couple, like squares
There you go.
over? That's good. All right, and then I also want to know this for the sake of my attacks. Can I use Horde Breaker against it because it's made out of parts like I did with the Hydra?
It is all one thing rather than being multi-headed, so no.
Okay. I didn't know because it's like you can attack different parts, so I was wondering. Then I'm going to use I'm going to Hunter's Mark it.
Okay.
And then I'm going to use my adamantine arrows that I just
Surprisingly good purchase.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I was like, man, I should have bought
and
some.
I'm going to shoot at the same leg that my fellow archer did.
All right.
That will be it's a 15 on the die plus my 7.
That will hit.
Okay, so Hunter's Mark
Gives you an
is-
extra
Let me
D6.
look up Hunter's Mark on my
an extra
Thanks.
D6. Yep.
D6 plus a D8. So there we go. And a 6 and a 6. So 12 damage.
Okay.
Did you add your modifier to that?
Oh, so 15, sorry, because of the plus 3.
Alrighty.
Thank you.
You see a small
Second-
bit of
second
its
attack?
kind of armor falter off at that point.
Okay, I attack the same leg again with my
Okay.
second attack. Little bit lower. It's a 14 on the die, so 21.
Will hit.
Sorry, it's hard to read these dice. Okay. Same. Does the hunter mark activate again, or is it just the plain damage?
That's a good question. I believe it's on every attack.
Consult the Book of Armaments.
Hunter's Mark should be every attack.
Whenever you hit with a weapon attack. Boom.
There you go.
Okay. That one's going to be lower. This is going to be a total of 9, so 12 damage total.
Alrighty.
So since you asked us to attack individual place parts, and he does have Horde Breaker, does that apply?
No, we already discussed that.
Because
Okay.
it's one
That's
unique
what I
item
asked first.
versus multiple
Yep.
attacking
I
hits.
may be zoning out slightly.
That's okay.
I was about to say, normally you catch that stuff, man.
Alrighty.
Look, I'm still
Anything
trying to
else,
figure out why
Henry?
you guys were freaking out about the ribbon.
So, yeah, after all that, I just crouched down, and that's the end of my move.
All right. Navara.
All right. Well, so this thing has a really high AC, and there are multiple parts. Fireball.
Okay.
I like the way this man thinks.
Oh no!
She can put it far enough back that it doesn't hit me.
Yes, I'm going to try
Here
to
get burned.
try to center it on the thing so it hits as many parts as I can without hitting arc.
All right. You're certainly able to do that. In fact, it doesn't even try to dodge.
Oh no!
Oh, I don't like the
So-
sound of that.
This thing's either very cocky or not very bright.
Or it heals from fire damage.
Well, at least let's do that now when we haven't done all the damage to it.
5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
What kind of idiot would use electricity on something that heals from electricity?
All
I
right.
know, right? What kind of madman uses electricity on plants?
All right. So as your fireball comes in, you see most of its carapace just become shinier, though the leg portion that had been hit seems to begin like an auto repair sequence, filling in some of the gaps that were placed from being struck.
Oh, well, screw all that.
Cool. Well, there goes my best form of attack.
It also hastes it, if I recall.
Oh shit, that's not
Someone
good.
call a
Thanks.
soul monk in here to punch it and find out what's wrong with it.
All right.
You
Anything else,
call it
Navarro?
chaos.
No.
To be fair, we just learned a very important lesson sooner rather than later.
Kaizen.
Kai, is your mic on?
It is. I just didn't figure I needed to announce moving.
Should.
Announce
Always
your
counts
movement like a man.
So yeah, I am moving.
Okay.
Actually, I want to move like there. And I am going to continue to attack the leg that was damaged, but probably now is not.
Okay.
Sweep the leg.
I'm going to use my bonus action to cast Thunderous Smite.
Alrighty.
And now hamming will commence.
Sonic boom, sonic boom, sonic.
Sweep the leg, Johnny.
Not with that.
Nope.
Or that.
Mhm.
Hey guys, I think we need to be not as good at killing things after this.
Yeah.
This is
Wow.
part of the gauntlet.
Kaisen accomplished a squat.
So you go in, and as you hit the leg, it's just kind of rebounding a little bit harder than you would expect it to.
Ooh.
You gotta go for its vulnerable spots. It's a piece of metal. It has no vulnerable spots.
All right.
Shoot the legs.
I
already
would
did
assume
the
that's it,
legs.
correct?
Correct?
Okay. That brings us to Kibble, who will scoot over here.
Help me, Kibble One Kenobi. You're our only hope.
No, just no.
I already said it. Let it go.
Just about to put the hurt
Not
on
with
it.
a 2. All
Careful.
right. That
Bring it
brings us
back.
to the Iron Golem's turn.
I'm not looking forward to this turn.
Probably not. It takes that two-handed sword and just kind of sweeps it across a wide swath, attacking both Kaizen and Ark at the same time.
Oh no, it's a champion fighter.
Yep. There we go.
Not good.
Ooh.
The fact that the low roll was 19,
Ooh.
this scares me. I really need to hit this thing with my special ball because that needs to be a thing that happens.
GM.
Yes'm.
Reaction shield.
Good plan. Let's see. So
Reaction. Ow.
Ark's hit was yours was a 19. What did you bring your AC up to with that?
23.
All right, that'll work. That will then deal just 23 damage to Ark. As the flat damage, did you rage already?
Yes, I did.
Okay, let's get
Against
that rage on you.
typically,
That's
I
right. Mm-hmm.
And a good freaking thing too.
That is true.
Hey guys, the poison was completely unnecessary.
On top of this already.
And then you also see kind of the head of it turn back and forth and just kind of release a green spray across both of you. Go ahead and give me Constitution saving throws.
How about it doesn't do that, and we don't need to make saving throws? And 28.
That'll do.
Yeah, screw your poison and or oil blood.
Oh.
All right.
Would you like to use your thingy?
5% better, but still not good. That will then do 45 damage to Kai and half that again to Ark.
Does a 14 get it?
It does not. Con save of 19.
Damn.
You said how much damage?
Base is 45.
I'm down.
I have a abacus here.
So, Draho, I think you're going to end up having to work with the
I end
milk-fed
up taking
babies.
11. From
Yeah.
that.
You think so?
Yeah, I think we're gonna work for the no-fed babies apparently.
No, just Draho.
Sorry,
Yeah, I'm the only one that made
Oh.
that deal.
So hang on. I took 27 for the poison. How much from the initial attack?
The initial attack itself did 23.
So 11?
Yep.
Okay, and then I take 11 from the poison, or whatever this fluid is.
Poison.
Okay.
Okay.
I don't like this thing very much already.
We need to
I'm
lure it into. Oh wait, no, it gets healed from fire. I forgot.
You want to lure it
Yeah.
into the acid if you're going to lure it anywhere.
I don't know. It's covered in
Yeah.
Okay.
A good question. We should lure it into the acid.
I'll go over to the acid pool next turn and lure it there.
All right. That does end its turn. Masaki, you're up.
Cast spiritual weapon.
Okay.
Maybe I would have gone a different route myself, but okay.
Yeah, I was going healing.
It's okay.
Me.
We have potions.
And where would you
is
like your
Kaizen down?
adamantine supply card?
As close as I can put it to that thing.
See, this is why we need an airship, so we can actually weaponize the adamantine card.
And then I'm going to move towards the acid. I'm assuming each square is still 5 feet.
Yes, it is.
And Then I believe for a bonus action, I can have the weapon swing on the thing.
It's a bonus action spell to cast, but it automatically gets its hit first round.
Oh, okay. And where are you?
Well, it's a good thing for it that its armor class is so high because...
Let's see. I still have to roll an attack with that, don't I?
Correct. But a critical hit will do it.
Woo!
Oh,
Where specifically are you centering your attack?
Let's go for the head to see if I can knock out the poison gas chamber.
Alrighty.
Oh, is that still happening? Oh, you mean on the thing? Gotcha.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
So I can't see if we can damage it so it can't continue to do that to you.
Right.
10 points. Alrighty. You see it kind of carve a groove down one of the portions of the faceplate.
Yay, radiant damage.
Alrighty. I believe that should be your action economy, correct?
Yes.
Okay. That brings us then to the top of the round.
Hey, hold up. Isn't it force damage? Doesn't that do more to constructs?
Radiant
Oh,
damage.
It's radiant.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh. I always thought it was force.
Nope.
All right. Draho, you're up.
Speaking of force
And being
damage,
that the fact that we're at the top of the round, Kaizen, you feel kind of a subsumation of your flesh where your blood does not continue to flow out. Functionally, you're feeling like you've been hit with some form of save the dying or spare the dying.
Well, that's cool.
Well, I don't have
sounds like
much
something
room
the
to
crowd
move.
likes us. Draho, the flowers worked.
So go there, because that's as far as I can move and still attack. And then I will aim for the head since the leg's still wrapped up.
Okay.
I guess we'll try and take the head out and hope that it can't see where it's going.
I have a slight plan here.
So let me get
my
my...
plan's the same. Take out the legs.
Mine is two.
Considering it's so high, I should probably stop sharpshooting, huh?
Totally up to you.
Focus doing actual damage as opposed to trying to get an extra 10 damage. We'll just do regular. 13. Like that mattered. Second attack. Ooh, 28.
That'll hit.
Oh,
What do you roll?
4. So that's 9 damage, and I've still got a thing. Since I hit it in the head, will frickin'... I don't really have any good attacks I can use on it for my magic arrow. I'll save
How
the last
tall is
magic
it?
arrow.
30 feet.
if he were to use his explosive thing, it would just, and he shot in the face, it would reach, would it?
It would not. It would
Oh, well, then I'll
essentially
use
get its
that.
chest, arms, and head.
Okay, then I'll use that because that's force damage.
Okay.
Yay!
So that's an extra 2d6
Yeah.
force damage to its head and everything else.
Its greatest strength is also its greatest weakness.
So that's 14, I guess, it's weak. Nice. And that's my last magic arrow.
Right, so that gives us 7, 7, and 7. And you do see kind of bits of it all over that upper portion, flaking off it, being, pot-shotted in such a fashion.
Gotcha.
Alrighty, that's it?
That is that, and then I already moved. I have nothing left to do with my bonus action. So yeah, that's that.
All right, Ark, you're up.
Okay, new plan. I am actually going to, instead of attacking it, I am attempting to break the armor plating on its leg.
Functionally for
Which
this, that'll
leg?
work the same way.
but I don't have to recklessly attack because I already have advantage on breaking.
Yep.
So that makes it harder for him to hit me. Okay, 26.
Will hit.
Now, here's the thing. Because I'm attempting to break it, and I have an adamantine weapon, that effectively counts as a critical, does it not?
Yes, it does.
Hell yeah.
I did not expect you to pay that off so quickly.
Okay. That is not a lot, but it's more than nothing. So that's 2, 3.
Still going after that right leg, correct?
Yes, we're focusing fire, but not actual fire because we learned that's a bad idea. 7, 5. That is 13 damage.
Okay.
Number 2. Hopefully we make it this armor a bit. 16.
You swing into it, but it doesn't seem to take purchase.
Stop that! Stop not dying! And I'm going to shift.
Okay.
Okay. Whew. I got the most extra HP as I possibly could with that, and that's about to go right away. That's okay. 7, 12. That is 18 temporary hit points. And I look over at Cosm and go, "This is going to be unpleasant."
He's dying.
I'm halved, but part of that is the poison. So I could probably maybe take one more hit from this guy without having to withdraw and spend 2 rounds doing other things. But anyway, that's my turn.
All right, Fenrir.
All right. Since I'm using adamantine arrows, I can do the same thing that Ark just did. Can I not?
That is correct.
Yep, it just has to hit.
So no sharpshooting.
All right.
Yeah, just hit. Just hit.
That was the general idea, and currently I'm not using sharpshooting. I didn't last time for good reason. You failed epically.
Second attack.
Anyway, I will attack the same leg with the intent of what Ark just did.
Okay.
First attack. Nat 20.
All right.
Woo!
Well, that is definitely a crit then.
Does it get like extra high damage?
Yeah, do you double the damage? Quadruple?
No, much like
it's
advantage
a
and
double
disadvantages, it doesn't stack.
Remember too that your hunter's mark die is also doubled.
That is true.
Yeah.
That's
Rolling
good.
all 4. It's a total of, so that's 10, 5, 15 plus 3, so 18 damage.
All righty. It
number-
looks like it's about back to the point where you had it the first round.
It's okay, guys. It's just going to take us everything we have.
All right, I'm gonna hit it again, I guess, with the same intent.
All right.
Second roll. Yeah, that one's not gonna hit.
Okay.
2 on the die, so 9 total.
Any bonus action or movement?
I don't think that crits, does it?
No, it does not.
Even if I'm attempting to break it.
Nope.
Okay.
I think you're just ducking back down at this point.
Yeah. All right. And then I do my same thing where I duck and cover.
All right. Navarro, you're up.
This rubble is my safe spot.
All right, so I'm reading through that spell again, and I'm a little confused as to how much damage it would do in this scenario. So can I get an explanation on that?
Let me scroll up and find that. All right. So it's the 2d8 damage each round.
Okay. I'm assuming it's probably got a high con save, though. Okay. I'm just going to do the Eldritch Blast Volley at it, because I feel like that will do more damage on average.
Okay.
If it's force damage, it should.
I don't think force damage does anything special.
It does not.
Did you not just witness what Draho did with force damage?
Oh, I thought you meant when you said that caused the extra damage. Never mind.
Nope.
I mean, at least it's not counterproductive like fire damage.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
All right, so we got 1. It's a miss. 2 is a miss. 3 is a hit. And 4 is a hit.
Okay. So 18 total, also at the right leg, or going for somewhere else?
Yeah, I'm gonna just keep hammering on that leg.
Okay.
No, I'm hammering. Okay.
Eldritch Blast can hammer.
Okay. Let's see. Any movement?
No, I'm gonna stay where I'm at.
Alrighty. Kai, you are down. If you'd like, you can make a death saving throw just to see if you get a critical success and get back up. Success, but not a critical. Alrighty. That brings us to Kibble, who will go ahead and toss a healing word over to Kai. And you are back up at 8 hit points.
I mean, it's something.
Yeah.
Yeah, but the big thing still gets to swing still.
Then stay low.
Yep. He's still prone, so.
Oh.
Yeah, I can't do anything until next turn. I'm just kind of here.
Yep.
Well, that's fine.
His
Just
eyes
lay there
open
and play
and
dead.
sees it.
He's not dumb. His eyes are closed.
And then Kibble will take the help action to allow Ark to make a swing at advantage. No, Ark gets advantage. He will give that to Draho.
It's like, I got that covered.
Bravo.
Yeah.
All right. Poison Breath does not recharge.
Good.
That's a lifesaver.
Honestly, Mr. Robot, sir, do you think you need that? I certainly.
Draho, go ahead and roll your 2d6 damage.
Oh, he's gonna move.
He's going to certainly try.
5 more slashing.
Okay.
Right in the groinish area.
Giant steps on the down paladin and...
Basically, he steps over you guys and parks himself there.
Oh, is he trying to get in the
just
lava?
leave my reach.
He technically just dipped his leg in the lava.
Nope, he is functionally right next to both of you guys. Let's get that. That's more accurate.
No, he was perfectly fine where you had him. So I could attack
Yeah,
him.
he was in the lava. That was
He doesn't need all the
Either which way, he functionally fills out a 4 square block. So he's still next to you.
He's lying to me.
Oh, so he hasn't gone into it yet. He's just on the...
He has partially submerged his...
That'd be his left... Well, it depends which way
His
it's
first leg that went in would have been his right leg, and then he would have turned around to face you guys.
Okay, new plan.
Keep aiming for the head.
Is there back roll involved there?
Hey, if we take out the head, maybe we kill it altogether.
I just saw dice being rolled, and none of them were 20s.
I
That's
assume
how
that
much
was
damage you healed from the lava.
standing in the lava.
You don't need all those dice.
Then he makes his swing against Ark and Draho.
Oh, he's just going to cut that pillar down.
He is.
Yeah.
Should have never gotten that close.
No,
That's
he
why
completely misses
Draho, that's
Draho.
why
How
I've been
does he
staying
miss
all the way
Draho?
over here.
Because Draho is a slippery little eel of a human or of an elf.
I'm
He's
going to
slimy.
ignore that you slipped up in a moment of panic.
Yeah.
He's slimy. You can't hit him easily.
Stop hitting me.
And he will do a base of 21 damage.
Okay, so 10.
Yep.
Yeah.
I still don't like him.
That is his turn. Masaki.
Nobody likes him.
I know you've only met me, but I'm looking not fantastic. Just
Draho could use solo, or Art could use some healing.
Kaizen can.
So could Draho.
Nope.
It seemed to only really have that sword as a means of attack so far, other than the gas breath.
We
Basically.
could try and break it. Can we try and break that? Can we target the sword itself?
I'm just
Functionally, you
asking
can if
if
you want
those are
to.
the only means of attack that we can see.
Right.
That's not necessarily what I was going for, but
I mean, I'm wondering if we can just attack the sword.
let Misaki take their turn.
Okay.
I am going to guiding bolt. Is it two-handing the sword or one-handing the sword?
Two-handed.
Okay. I'm going to guiding bolt the main arm on
Okay.
the sword. Get to it. I'm assuming I still have to roll an attack on that.
Mm-hmm. That will hit.
Oh, thank God.
I mean, in your case, yes.
Yeah.
20 damage to the right arm. Okay.
Respectable.
Which is now glowing.
It is now glowing, which means
Next attack either has advantage.
yes. I am going to. Is moving diagonal counted as 10 feet or 5 feet?
5 feet.
1, 2, 3.
Oh, please tell me you're doing what I think you're doing.
What, coming over to you?
That was my second choice, but please do.
What do you think my first one was?
I thought maybe you were
Running away?
I thought maybe someone was going for the ballista.
Yeah, I thought about that too. That's what I started doing. But then you said, I heard.
I was
I
actually hoping
whine
Kibble
like a
would do that.
baby.
Well, Kibble hasn't moved, so that's
Because Kibble's a smart boy.
2, 3.
Well, on my turn, I'm going to put Kibble on the ballista for a headshot.
Kobolds are naturally adept at knowing where not to stand.
That's kind of close. It's closer than I want to be. Damn it.
If you want to wait till your next turn, I might initiate a tactical retreat.
Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4. Um. 1, 2, 3. 5.
I kind of wish I remembered to do 2 things before entering the arena. That's okay. I've got
And as a bonus action, I'm going to move the spiritual weapon within striking distance
Okay.
and then swing. So,
All right. Make your attack roll.
Deus Slay Machina.
no.
Were you attacking the arm or the face still?
I would have probably gone for the arm to try to get rid of that.
Okay. Then
Just
that does
does
give
more
you
damage.
advantage. Roll again.
When you break your own freaking
5%
Darn it.
better.
It's
Still
not my
not,
fault.
not
Yeah, not enough. All right.
All right. That will bring us to top of round 3.
Draho. All right. Well, Draho, seeing that he is becoming next to useless as an archer in this case, is going to put his bow away, draw his rapier, take a deep breath, and then I'm going to start climbing up its body. I'm going to climb on the back, climb on its back, and stab its eyeballs.
Make an athletics check.
I am actually okay with this.
John was pulling a Legolas.
Oh, I can't acrobatics up it?
Nope, that's an athletics check.
You sure I can't do this in a more acrobatic way?
Yep. There's nothing to really acrobatic.
Are you positive?
I am.
You can't do a black flip while climbing up, or a bunch of
remember, you roll better when you make it more difficult for yourself.
-1 is pretty difficult. Let's try my inspiration to do that again.
You're the most ungraceful elf.
This isn't grace. This is straight up strength. That's why I'm failing.
This is brawn. He's trying to show off because I upstaged him unintentionally.
13. Does that get me up there?
As you're climbing up, it shunts itself back and forth and kicks you off.
Really?
And in binary it says, "Get it off, get it off."
There's a fire in my soup.
How tall is it?
30 feet.
Yep.
How tall is the pillar?
The pillar spans up about 200 feet to the top of the ceiling.
Not anymore. It doesn't.
It does. It just has a thin slice taken out of it.
Guys, you have to attack the ceiling. It's our only chance.
Okay, I'm gonna climb up the pillar then.
Just pull up 2 arrows and.
So, climbing the pillar.
Alrighty.
Do this again.
Hey guys.
Come on, baby.
Welcome to D&D,
So what's a 0 get me?
A 0 gets you up a few feet, and then you kind of stick your foot in where that slit is from the sword having gone through the pillar, and you get stuck. Your foot is stuck in the pillar.
Yeah, that sounds right.
It's okay. You have the high ground.
That sounds sufficiently.
Enough, but, you have it.
That sounds sufficiently draw.
You're waist level with it now.
I have power over you, Golem. I have the high ground.
Oh.
All right.
Oh well.
Anything else?
I don't have any other actions I can do, unless I can bonus action try and get free.
Hey guys, remember the stone giants? That was fun.
All right.
In that case,
we'll move on to Ark's turn.
Yeah.
So all everyone gets to see is just Drawho desperately trying to climb it, then desperately trying to climb a pillar, then getting his foot stuck and screaming.
Yep.
Ark is going to do something that is very unprecedented for Ark. He's going to go, everyone, to the acid. Now, just so we understand mechanically, just so we understand mechanically, because I took damage on my last turn, if I don't attack, my rage remains, right?
Correct.
Just making sure, because that might be about to be relevant if this thing has any rage capabilities. I am going to disengage.
Okay.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40. And I don't really have much going on with my bonus action. But I will pull out my potion of growth.
Okay.
For my next turn.
Sounds good. Anything else?
I don't really have anything to do with the bonus action. And then I'll scream, Kibble! The ballista!
You hear back, it doesn't turn.
He would know. He's the only person that's used it.
I'll make it turn.
And Fenrir, you're up.
All right.
Here, I could.
After seeing Draho's majestic display of athletic acuity,
Yeah.
Before I make my attack, I yell, "Well, Draw, you sure showed him in the most sarcastic tone possible."
I don't need more
Just
insult.
to make sure to ram it in there one final time. And then I peek my head up and I aim with my adamantine arrows at the head, the core of the head, to break it.
Sounds good. Make your rolls.
That will be is that a 7 or a 1? That's a 7. So 24.
How do you get a 24 from a 7?
7 is 14.
17 on the die.
Oh, 17.
I was trying to tell if the other. Yeah.
Oh.
Sorry. It was like it was a 1 and then a 7. And
gotcha.
The dice writing is really, really weird.
Yep, that'll hit. And since you're using the adamantine, does crit. Go ahead and roll damage.
Yeah.
Okay. So, okay, that's going to be a lot of math that I cannot do. It's a 6, an 8, a 1, and a 3, and then a 3 plus.
I have to
so 21
to fix that, buddy.
Okay, so yeah, 20.
All right. Next shot.
Sure, same place, I guess.
Okay.
And that one will not hit.
Okay.
That is a 1 on the die.
Alrighty. So you're as you fire off the 2 arrows, you see one that just kind of streaks off of the armor. The other one, as it hits, goes into kind of one of the red globule eyes, and you see the eye itself kind of shatter, and then both it and the arrow fall out.
Okie doke.
Okay. Any bonus action or movement?
No, but I will just duck back down.
All
Make
right.
sure I'm good and hidden behind those rocks.
Navarra.
All right. I'm going to bonus action hex the golem.
Okay.
And then I'm going to throw 4 Eldritch Blasts at its face.
Sounds good.
Yeah.
All right,
2 hits
2 hits.
again.
Mm-hmm.
Consistent.
So we've got that, and then a bonus. I think it's D6.
Sounds appropriate.
Is it X?
Yep.
Yeah, let me double check on that. I'm pretty sure it's D6.
I also believe most things like that are
D6 necrotic.
Oh, I'm not sure necrotic does anything to it. We'll find out.
So bonus 7 damage if necrotic does anything.
Okay.
Isn't necrotic the damage that like takes away health points, right?
It can with certain abilities, but it's like death damage, basically.
Looks like it affects it.
Okay.
In a way that we like or a way that we don't like?
Well, it's not healing itself. So in a way that you like.
Oh, okay.
Interesting.
So with
But
that,
in an organic steel,
kind of half of the side that had the eye taken out, there's a set of marred cracks after your Eldritch Blast hits.
Nice.
Any movement?
Well, since we're trying to go towards the acid, I'm going to
we need to lure it to the acid.
I'm just going to go jump in the water here.
Okay.
We need to lure it to the acid and knock it in so we can take an acid trip.
Kai, you're up.
I had
your
an
favorite
acid trip
rocket
once.
ship.
Didn't end well.
So I'm behind it.
Functionally,
as I understand that.
Okay. Just real quick, Navarro, because I was, again, zoning out or reading something, but what abilities score did you give a disadvantage on?
Oh, I didn't.
Okay, then I didn't miss that.
I guess.
Wait.
Strength?
Good plan.
Good, yeah. Good,
Actually,
good, excellent plan.
That'll make it easier for you to shove it in the acid.
Why do you think I'm trying to get bigger?
All right. So, Kai.
Kai moves away.
Yes, you did.
And then Kai casts Moonbeam on it.
Everyone move away from the big giant rope.
I take it that you did not disengage.
I'm behind it. Unless it has 360-degree arc of fire, it can't do shit to me.
With 5e, every direction is in front.
Yeah.
It takes half your movement to stand up from prone.
Oh.
That too.
Or you could crawl at half speed. Into the water, maybe.
No. No.
Or the lava.
Lava would probably be better at that point.
Just because he also just because he's demonic doesn't mean he likes lava.
Okay, then I will disengage from this dude.
Okay.
15 feet.
Anything with your bonus action?
Cry.
Tears
a
well
free
up in
action.
your eyes and fall to the ground.
Oh, wait, no, I can cast Eldritch Blast. Suck it.
But that, I believe, is a full action.
Is it a full action? It
It
probably
is,
is.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, it's a pretty boss cantrip.
Well, then, cry. Back to crying.
Back to crying. That brings us to Kibble, who will 10, 15, 20, 25, 30.
Where is Kibble?
There
To your
near
upper
you.
right.
Currently moving.
He was behind you, apparently stealthing.
Oh.
You didn't notice him.
Yeah, I did not notice that was him.
Bonus action 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30.
Good boy.
And then use his regular full action 5, 10, 15, 20, 30. And sits there waiting for Arc.
Yay.
God damn, Kibble can move.
Yep. 3 levels of rogue.
man.
Poison
card-
breath does not recharge.
Good.
Yes, because
See
I'm
that
the
way?
only victim.
Let's see if we heal up that right leg.
How about
You
you?
probably will, but I've given up on the leg. As long as my thorns are
Yeah,
still
so
active,
have
I'm
I.
happy.
Right leg is fully healed.
Of course it is.
And it makes a valiant swing attempt at Draho. Wow, that's a 1.
That's just
right.
not fair.
And as it swings, it actually hits that pillar again, but does not slice through.
Okay,
So,
just
thump.
you at home can't see these rolls. Against me, it's like 29, 27. Against Draho, 14.
Draho's a slippery one, I told you that.
And
You're
that
wearing
will,
heavy armor. You can't even apply your dexterity.
No, you can't.
Yeah, you can. It's Elven.
I think every time he swings at you, he looks at you, kind of hears you, and goes, "Ew," and just doesn't want to touch you.
But that'll bring us to
Or it's like
Misaki.
he's, or
Yeah.
I
And
think it's more like
I
he
can take my
doesn't
bonus
think
action
he's
before I
worth
take
it.
my other 2 actions, right?
You certainly can.
All right, I'm going to bonus action the spiritual weapon and swing on it.
Okay.
So,
You gotta move it up there.
yep. No.
All right.
Okay. Then we're going to guiding bolt it again.
Okay.
Aim for the head.
I even try to meet you in the middle.
Just shy. So as that guiding bolt comes in towards the face, it just happens to be doing that lumbering lean out of the way.
I'm going to use my inspiration to do that over.
Okay.
It's a good thing that's the only thing we're doing today.
That'll do.
Ooh,
That pays off.
Yes, it does.
5% better. Does help sometimes. Guiding bolt to the face for 16 points of damage.
And
And with that, not only is it glowing, but you're starting to see kind of pieces of like pistons and other equipment beneath the facial shield.
that's cool.
That's good to know.
Well, at least the face is consistently taking damage.
And I guess that's it. I'll move over here.
Alrighty. That'll bring us back to the top of the round, Lord Draho.
okay. Well,
Oh, get out of there.
I mean, at this point, I'm feeling pretty confident in my ability to duck and weave. I had my foot stuck, and he managed to miss me.
Does anybody
Draho,
else see a crit
you'll be
coming?
missed. Kind of.
Just remember, whoever attacks on that thing next has advantage.
Yeah. Problem is, I got a plan if I can get to its face. I can't tie something to an arrow and shoot it at its face, can I?
You can attempt to, but as the arrow isn't appropriately weighted, that would give you disadvantage.
Can you just, whatever it is, just hit him with it? Like, you're there.
I don't know if I can trust myself because throwing is strength-based, and I don't think I can trust myself on a 30-foot throw.
I mean, if you're staying engaged with it, you can just walk up to it.
To its face, 30 feet in the air?
I believe in you, Draho.
Are you
believe in you.
Are you saying you believe he can fly?
Is he still
believe-
stuck?
I believe he can fall with style.
I mean, so what are you telling me to do here? What's the strategy?
Well,
you're
first of all,
taking?
what are you trying to hit him with?
Well, what I have is what I bought when I loaded up my cart. I brought out with me for the last adventure, never took it back out of my inventory, 2 flasks of acid or 2 flasks of oil and 1 of acid. I've got a flask of acid I want to pour in his face hole.
We have a lot more than a flask of acid over here, if you would
Yes,
like.
but I'm
Get
not
out
going
of
to get
there.
away from him. I want to get him in the face.
We can get him in the face over here.
And chuck it. Chuck it good.
I will disengage.
Okay.
So I guess getting out of there. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25.
It's a refined tactical decision.
I'm a piece on out of there. And
It's called a tactical retreat.
actually, you know what? I'm going to take the chance, and I'm not going to disengage because I want to use my action to dash further.
You know what?
Take the swing.
I accept this compromise.
Take the old swing
Prepared to die.
and miss me.
He critically hit you. That's what you get.
Can I use my lucky
Ooh,
coin to
that's
make you
good.
re-roll that?
Nope, does not work that way.
Huh?
Yeah.
That's what you get for mouthing off.
I just want to say, I called it.
I called it.
The moment he said it's going to miss me, I knew he was getting hit. I just didn't expect that.
Oh!
Why?
Oh!
This is what happens when you don't listen to Ark.
This is
So,
hard.
And as you bound
This
off
is what
the
happens when you play by your own stupid rules.
as you bound off the pillar and turn,
It's my turn.
it comes swinging down and catches you in that leg that you had stuck in the pillar. And you could just feel that two-handed sword rip into you, and then you kind of limp the rest of your way.
Oh.
So do I
think
still
the
have
rest
full
of his
movement?
movement was
You
being
do.
moved by the sword, honestly.
So I'm going to squeal like a tiny little girl, very loudly and in a high pitch. Then I'm going to limp 30 feet.
So-
I'm going to limp a
so-
further 30
so
feet.
Wait, has Draho officially been maimed?
Not yet.
That is the most damage I think he's taken in one hit.
No, I've never taken even a third of that in one hit. The most I ever took in one hit was like 22 at most. So half that. And that was like a giant volley of magic missiles, I believe.
Okay, guys, we have to bring him to us.
So I'm going to get all the way back here with my actions. So now I am going to definitely...
Definitely.
Oh, no, I can't do anything. I forgot I don't have any bonus action attack movements. So yeah, that's it for my turn.
Okay.
I cracked the leg open and ran.
Ark.
Okay. Ark seemed that Draho made it, kinda. And having not been healed by the cleric, but the cleric doing things that are helpful, is going to, let's see, he's going to shout at the golem, "Hey, ugly! Come finish what you started." And 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. And I'm going to hold my action. Actually, you know what? I'm going to...
Don't you got to break it so that it can actually turn for Kibble?
I think actually I'm going to have to, like, rip it off of there and, like, aim it, but have Kibble fire it.
All right. Go ahead and make that strength check.
Still raging, so still an That's an athletics check, correct?
Yep.
Okay. 14.
You are one better than what I just rolled, so yes.
I'm stronger than the ballistics opposed check. So I just look at Kibble and I just pull it, and I'm assuming he's kind of hanging onto it, so partially him, and just and I point it at the golem where it is, and I just go, "Get him!"
All right, and you see Kibble kind of going through motions of getting it stock ready, and so once it comes to his turn, we'll be able to fire.
Okay. Now, as an athletics check, normally when we do something like that, is that my whole turn, or do I get like?
That's your main action.
Okay. I also, not knowing it, we don't know how fast this thing is, but I hope it's not that fast.
Is he able to hold a bead on it?
With the athletics check, yes.
Yeah. I'm also going to take a moment to, before I actually moved that, I will have taken my free alter a item thing to also pull out my new potion of giant strength, because oh boy am I going to be burning through this money. And I'll place this on the ground next to the ballista, ready for me to consume.
Okay.
Or actually, I'll put them next to Kibble. I'll be like, "You may need to feed those to me."
All right.
And I am no longer raging.
That is true.
It's okay. I've got 3 more.
And that'll bring us to Fenrir.
Okay, now, Keijo, I have a question. That square next to the acid pond, how high is it?
Which square?
I imagine that's a trap.
Do you mean the spike pit?
This thing here?
Oh,
the one that's got little dots in it?
That's a
spike.
over.
That's a spike pit.
Yeah. That's a spike pit. Okay.
Yep.
Okay. Can you move me towards the 10-foot wall?
That's a good idea. I should climb up on the wall, use that to jump on him. Then I can use my acrobatics.
Yep, then you could.
And then can you move me as far along that wall as possible? I just want to lead the golem further towards the
That'd be a 30-foot movement there.
All right, thank you.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'm going to fire off 2 adamantine arrows back at the head.
All right.
How many of those you got left?
I'm probably gonna burn through possibly all of them and achieve as many as possible.
Hey, no time like the present, right?
We'll cope more.
It's okay. I just hopefully need to get maybe a little bit of divine healing, and then I can get back.
That's not going to hit because that's a 12.
Nope, that will not.
Second one. Will 22 hit?
Yes, it will.
I certainly hope so.
We would hope.
So that is considered a crit because of the ability, I believe.
Because of the material, yes.
Mm-hmm.
So
It's a good thing.
And that's 7 plus 8, so 15 plus 3, so 18. 18 damage.
All right. With that, you see kind of the other portion of the metal face plating fall off, and beneath it, just all of the mechanics. The only people close enough to kind of get a glimpse at it would be Navara and Kaizen. The two of you, kind of behind that mechanics, you see this like glass plating.
Okay. After that, that's my turn.
All right. Navara.
All right, so Navara's going to hop out of the water, fire off 4 Eldritch Blasts at that glass plating.
Okay.
We're using bar tactics. Just keep punching it in the face until it goes down.
Well, the leg tactic failed.
The leg tactic was working fine until it decided to take a bath.
All right, so I'll go ahead and roll that damage now. Does that also double hex? I'm assuming.
Yep.
All the dice.
All right, so there's that, and then my 4th Eldritch Blast is a miss, so I got to roll damage on 2 more.
Nice.
You should have just kept rolling the hits.
If we break its face, can it not see us?
That's my new goal.
All right, so we got 16, 21, 28, 39 total.
Perfect. So with that, you see the glass behind some of the mechanical parts shatter. In addition, all of those mechanical parts kind of fall out of that kind of facial housing. Behind that bit of glass, you see a gnome.
Oh, kill that thing and it's over.
Mm-hmm.
This is a Gundam fight.
Oh, now I'm very angry. Why is it always the small people? No offense.
And then I'm going to fall back this way.
Wait, there's a pilot in there?
Yeah, a gnome pilot.
Does this gnome look like he impulsively touches swords without checking them first?
Could be.
Well, no, because that was a halfling.
Look, we've had.
God, y'all are so racist.
It's not racist. It's
Welcome
sizes.
to Draw Hose World.
It is sizes. We have experience with small people touching things that don't belong to them. Some of them die, some of them we adopt.
All right, Kai, you're up.
So much beaking in this party. Kaizen cast Moonbeam on the gnome.
Okay.
He's gonna need to make a con save, and since it's a column 40 foot tall, the rest of the golem will also need to make a con save.
That is correct, but that will happen at the start of his turn.
To be fair, if it's a proper Gundam fight, there will be laser beams.
So there's that, and then I'm gonna move.
All righty.
Kadro, please tell me you didn't give this gnome construct a warrior mech buster cannon like Wing Gundam has?
Not that you've seen so far.
We're going to get hit by it, so don't worry.
I don't like how you phrase that, DM.
Come on, you know he's
the most
about
important part of being a DM.
Making you squirm.
You know for a fact
you guys
that
all
dude has whatever,
and then shit like this happens.
Has whatever thing
Stuff.
he needs to make the fight interesting.
Yes.
That's right.
Apologies.
Well, now
Is that it, Kai?
We're keeping this
Yes.
murder family friendly.
Alrighty. That moves us to Kibble's turn.
aim for the gnome. A ballista to the gnome will really this day.
Talk about a headache.
That will crit.
Ooh.
And you get a crit. And you get a crit. And you get a crit.
Oh, it'd be so great if we just ballista the gnome
But
after
I
this.
don't
huge-
get a crit. I've had
to
too
be
many.
fair, Steven, do you remember the time that my dwarf took a ballista to the jet and then just killed the ballista and its crew?
Yeah, but
Like it was nothing?
this is a gnome. I don't
All
think
right.
it's that tough.
What, does he punch it out the back end?
You see Ark kind of aiming. Kibble releases the lever at just the right time. That
like-
ballista
it's like
bolt
that-
comes flying out, spears the gnome direct in the gut. It looks down, looks back out at you guys, looks down, looks back out, and then this tiny gnomish scream emits from its mouth, and the
love how
mech
there's a
starts
delay in this
moving
scene.
forward.
It's
Well, at
still
least-
alive?
It is.
You know what? At least we know he can't heal his head now because that would require dipping himself in lava.
You think the guy who builds that doesn't have potions on hand?
Doesn't matter. He can't fix the mech
he
head.
doesn't have
He'd have to dip
pilot
himself in
this.
lava.
He's dead, and he doesn't have to pilot this forward.
We don't know if he's dead yet.
He seems alive.
He's still screaming.
And he's moving the mech.
Yep.
Okay. Kind of speedy.
I
Gets to
need
about
his saving
there.
throws and damage first.
Yep, that is correct. Gets to about there. Let's see.
Did he remove the
is-
thorns?
That came off with the fire.
Really? I don't think it has an ability to remove.
They're magical.
It was submerged in lava.
They're magical.
I thought that it had to be physically removed.
They're made of arcane energy.
Lava is rather physical.
Okay, that's
Arcane
fair.
energy.
That's fair.
Let him roll the saves and the stuff. Let's see what the moonbeam does.
Stuff in the things.
And the stuff.
Gonna ruin that gnome's day is what it does.
That is a 19 on that save.
Or not.
Yep. I believe my save DC is 14.
Yep. But that will still give you half the damage that you roll. Yeah. Well, in that case, that is actually just enough.
It stays there.
Yep. So as that moonbeam kind of guides through the facial structure, the gnome screaming, trying to push the mech forward, and he just kind of evaporates out of existence, being shredded apart by that moonbeam's radiant energy. The puppy decides to be angry.
That's just that's people celebrating.
That's right. You see the mech itself
Whose dog is
drop
so
to a knee
upset?
and then kind of fall forward. A bunch of its parts just kind of falling off as it hits the ground.
Finders keepers.
PM.
Yep.
Reaction to flex.
You may indeed flex.
In fact, no.
I howl in triumph and then demorph.
The hand whirl up to the ear, and I point to the crowd.
And the crowd goes wild.
Draho does not feel like doing an acrobatic flip right now.
You see a couple pockets on the back of the mech start to kind of explode.
Oh, man,
I
that's
immediately
fancy.
draw my shield and cover Kibble with it.
All right. Fire, as it continues to explode, arcs out in various different directions, a good chunk of which ends up just kind of landing around it. Some of it kind of hits the walls on the far ends of the the arena itself. None of it ends up truly coming in kind of impact range to you guys. But the mech is kind of a wreck post the explosions.
Do
we ever find...
Once it stops exploding,
I go up to the... After it stops exploding, I want to go up to the goblin corpse, if it's visible. And
no, there's nothing there left of that gnome.
Oh God.
Okay.
Hoping I could identify who is actually piloting the damn thing.
I'm going to bring the banner up to the wreck of the mech.
Okay.
And just jam it into the chest plate.
All right. It being a smoking, heated ruin slides easily into it.
And I'm gonna actually hold up my maul, but point at Kai, because that's what brought it down, right?
Yep.
Guys,
I feel like Kibble should get most of the credit here because he shot a ballista into the gnome's gut.
Yeah.
But did most of the damage.
Credit where credit's due.
And Ivara opened up the faceplate. What's your point?
So Kai's going to reach his hand down so that Kibble can step up into it, and then he's just going to straight one hand lift Kibble up into the air.
And then I'm just going to go, yeah, for everyone.
Crowd goes wild. Everyone is cheering. There isn't a butt in the seat in the house. You can hear the announcer kind of come over the magical PAs. Everyone, Arachnophobia has defeated the colossal iron golem. This is a once-in-a-lifetime show, especially now that we don't have a pilot. Today, for their rewards, they'll be receiving 30,000 gold pieces.
Ooh. Home investment
money.
funds.
Big
prizes.
I love it.
Now, clearly, I'm not pulling this whole thing out of here.
Oh, no, I'm going to make sure
How
whoever
heavy is that
empties
sword?
this...
The sword? Oh, geez. Minimum of about a ton. You could technically drag it with your capacity.
I mean, you saved me the trouble of using my potions, so I will drag that out of there.
All right.
So you're just gonna like a Dark Souls boss character. Just
look, you said you were getting us a house.
He wants the sword as a trophy. He's
a hell of a
above his
trophy.
bed.
I was going to go tell whoever runs this thing, or maybe Eleanor, bring the scraps to my blacksmith.
Yeah. Have their people bring us what's left.
Yeah,
we'll
take
have
it to
the
my
carts
blacksmith.
All right. They can do.
That is a lot of material.
Yes, it is.
He's not going to have to pay for any ore for quite a while.
Well, he's going to pay me for the ore, and then I'm going to split that with the party.
I don't think he can afford this.
No one can afford
If
that.
he can't afford it himself, everyone else in town can buy some.
Go ahead.
Fight's done.
Fight's done.
I start walking out of the arena.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I'll actually shout at Kendra. I'll actually shout out at Kai. Hey, you had fun. Admit it.
I'm going to start
Guys,
limping out of the arena very slowly and angrily.
I took a nap. I don't know what you're talking about. I woke up, there was something scary. I did a little bit of something.
Yeah, I start heading out of the arena with everybody else.
All right.
I will pat Ark on the back. Ark healed 20 points of damage.
Oh, thank you. Oh, man. That is a third of what happened to me, but thank you very much. That could have gone better, but it could have gone much worse. So,
where would you guys like to head?
Well, first go to Eleanor to get our actual pay for this outside of our bonus pay for the golem.
Yeah.
So make sure
a rather large set.
That's 5,000 each.
Yeah. Plus, I want to make sure that he knows to collect up all that ore and take it over to our blacksmith. However much our blacksmith wants to buy, he can. What's left, we'll sell to other smiths in town.
We'll contact our Draho's guards, and we'll have the carts here.
Yeah, that's
Sounds
right.
good.
They were probably here spectating.
Before
Oh no,
we
they're currently
leave,
guarding my warehouse and our horses at the stable.
we should probably rest.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I'll worry about
sounds
that
good.
after victory dance, man.
No.
We gotta settle our problems here.
That's the thing. There's a whole group of people that were trying to arrange for us to fail. They're going to be pissed.
We're going to bring that up with Eleanor, too.
And I don't want them to jump us on the way home and try to relieve us of our winnings.
That's also true.
So we should probably be healed up before we leave.
Well, if you guys want to take a short rest in the arena bar, because they have like a little rest area.
So you're saying you need me to pray?
Yes.
For roughly
exactly.
or so.
Ow.
I'm good for a short rest only because there's stuff I've got to do here that, like, first off, we need to go see who bet against us and who placed the most money against us.
That might be confidential information.
It's not confidential when you're very draw-ho about it.
You mean if you annoy them enough to be like, here, fine.
Yes, that, and also I've definitely placed enough money that they see me as a high roller.
Okay. Well, I'm making sure that sword is wherever I can see it at any point.
Sure. You're able to get it into kind of the, let's just say, loading screen where you started out at.
To be fair, if anyone can carry that out of there, they're not going to go very fast. But I will sit down with Eleanor and be like, so, that poison.
There was poison?
When we first came out, that cloud?
Looked like fireworks.
Yeah, you can talk to any of us. It was poisonous.
Lovely. So, we obviously have some saboteurs.
Yeah, I mean, I don't mean to comment on anyone's honor, but do you think our competition might have something to do with that?
I doubt any of the specific competitors, but
maybe an interested
potentially backers.
If there's one thing nobles will do, it's cheat to get you out of the way. I know.
Thank you, Drawho. It's good to admit there's a problem.
Are we going to be taking
while this conversation is going on, I just backslap Draho and drag him away from it so he doesn't get in the way of negotiations that could potentially
I'm going over to the betting pool
with his
after
Draho-ness.
Misaki, what was that?
I was going to say, were we going to take time for me to pray?
Totally up to you guys.
I think we should take 1 hour rest here and then head back to town just because we got stuff to do here. Organize the cart, etc.
Also, before we leave the arena, I'm going to help Fenrir gather up as many of the tips of the adamantium arrows as we can find.
Yeah, I'm gathering up as many of those as possible.
We can get those refletched. So
that's true.
I'm just going to take a short rest, so I don't necessarily need the prayer of healing, Misaki.
Okay. Well, I know there was 3 people that got badly damaged, so.
Yep.
So about having scars.
So there's 20 hit points onto the party if they want it.
Oh, well, that's
okay. So I'm back at full health.
So thank you.
27.
Thank you. I'm back at full.
At least the minute of my extra armor is up, so I'm down to a measly 20. Still no shirt.
Oh, I'm good for healing on that 20. That helped me great a deal.
And I'm also going to ask Kibble to try to patch up all of the sword cuts in my clothes.
He can do that.
Right?
Yep.
Yeah.
He knows how to do all of that stuff. I put him through some good schooling.
Mending. It's a lovely thing. Hold still.
So between Misaki and Kibble, they're just sitting there going, pew, 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 and it's all better.
No, I'm just patting them down. Like, she's not going to get upset at me for touching you this much, is she? Is she watching? Am I going to get in trouble? Each time I pat him down, I cast
What are you
Mending
talking
to heal
about?
whatever spot it was that was damaged.
What are you talking about?
Oh my god.
She's talking about your lady friend, Ark.
Yeah, while they're doing that during the short rest, I do want to make sure I go talk to the betting pool and see if I can figure out who might have placed a big bet against us.
I mean, she might have been. She's a fighter. She probably want to
To
watch.
keep Draho safe and out of trouble during his conversation with the betters, I go with him.
Yeah, I would prefer to have someone there just in case we.
Out of all the possible people to chaperone Draho.
Hey, he's keeping me out of trouble. That's his thing.
Okay.
All right, so you guys
not
get
trust
over to
this
the betting
elf.
goblin. Yeah, what do you want?
There's been some issue with our match.
Didn't look
I'd
like
like
there was
to
an
dis-
issue. You guys took down the Iron Golem.
Yeah, that was after someone poisoned us.
Well, don't let people poison you. That seems kind of obvious, don't you think?
Yeah, you know what else is obvious? The only people that would benefit from us failing that fight might have placed a large bet against us. Do you care to give me some information here?
Yeah, not particularly. Confidentiality agreements and whatnot.
Do I hit
Okay.
Kadro, hang on. I say, hang on, Draho. Kadro, since I've short rested now, I shift in front of him. And I I crack my knuckles, and I'm like, and I growl a bit, and I'm like, you really sure you don't want to give us that information?
He looks at you, then looks back at Draho. You might want to call your dog off.
Look, I can't control him once he gets out of control, okay? That's why they call it out of control. Now, you can talk to me, and we can handle this civilized, or he can go berserk, and we'll end up having all kinds of shit happen here, and I'm sure that's bad for business.
Or I can call the bouncers and bounce you out.
Oh, that's true. You can bounce him out,
dude,
but...
those bouncers? The bouncers, dude. Oh, the bouncers won't last 2 seconds against me. I'll tell you the throats out.
Do I hear this conversation?
So it's either you.
By now, you would
information.
hear me yelling, yes.
I look at Eleanor. Watch my drink. I get up there.
I think the
I'm so sorry
appropriate
about-
nomenclature there is hold my beer.
Nomenclature, huh?
I come over, put a hand on each of their shoulders, and I go, I'm sorry, sir. You have to understand there's still a bit of the adrenaline going through their bodies after the fight. They're a bit wound up.
Oh, I understand. You should probably take him back down to the pen, give him a few more beers, then we can talk.
I appreciate your understanding in this. Come sit down, guys.
I assume the
I
pressure on my
I dig into
shoulder.
their shoulders a little bit.
Well, Draho, being the pushover he is going to go, okay.
I look over at the bear and I'm like, really? And then I'm like, fine, have it your way. And I'm like, I look over at the goblin. I'm like, you got lucky today.
Oh,
And
yeah.
I just shift back and I walk away.
That's right. Keep walking, furball.
Oh, that was the wrong thing. Just out of sheer hatred for what he just called me, I knock out his ankle.
I actually still have my arms around you, and I'm preventing you from doing that. I'm holding you, and I'm just like...
I struggle profusely against this.
I
pissed me off now.
Holding Draho, and I go, not now.
I'm fine to step away because I'll let you fully contain him because I want to see what happens when you two get into a scuffle if you turn all big and hairy and stuff. It'll be entertaining. Peasant fights.
It's like, we've worked too hard and too long to get kicked out because you can't keep your temper because you are asking questions that you don't need to ask.
Well, I need to ask.
Fine.
I need to know who bet against us.
And how well did that go for you?
It went great until he started getting uppity.
Okay, so who bet against us?
Don't know. I couldn't know because somebody walked up and broke my shoulder bone.
Or was it because they weren't going to tell you?
They would have told me. I was prepared to bribe next.
Clearly, that's not what happened.
Would have had some people not walked up and started being barbarians.
Draho, the next time I pinch your wrists, I might actually break something. Go sit down.
All I wanted to do was bribe the goblin.
All I did was offer an alternative. And I was trying to save you some cash, Draho.
I had the perfect bribe ready, too. So I guess after we calm down, I do want to go and try and bribe him. But I need somebody with a little more tact to go with me.
Threatening is very tactful. Thank you.
I need somebody with tact.
Guys, we can't win this tournament if we're disqualified because we keep pissing off the officials.
I need somebody, when I say somebody with tact, I mean somebody with a CHA that has more than a -1 in front of it.
What do you need, Draho?
I need somebody to take this $250 bottle of Everwine over to him, along with a small packet of 100 gold, and ask if we can possibly know who placed the big bet against us.
Why don't we just talk to the guy that owns the joint?
Yeah, instead of
because he has a financial potential loss if people are fixing fights in his arena.
I mean,
and right now, the people that know that there was poison is us, that dude you just told, Eleanor. So we can suggest we'll keep that quiet and to ourselves, or we can make it public and cost him money because people won't be willing to make unfair bets.
There you go. We'll do that.
This is an underground fighting ring. If we make this public at all, they're probably sending everything they have against us because we're ruining their franchise. That probably includes the fighters who make money off of this too. Do we really want to make that many enemies?
They'd more likely find the people who are fixing the fight and crush them to save face than come after us. Because then what they're doing is admitting that they know that the fights are rigged, and rather than work on making the fights fair, they're just going to kill people that don't like that.
Unless they're actively making the fights rigged to bet against us and they're the big better. Because we've done surprisingly well. I think I will take the higher ground and convince Eleanor to look into this a little further. He probably has the pull to actually get the answers.
I would say let's consult with him before doing anything. He has more experience with this than any of us.
Yeah, he sponsors a fight team. He probably knows the right people to talk to.
All right. He is willing to do so.
Hey, Draho, who's that guy that you bet your and by proxy our services to?
Huh? Oh, no, I didn't bet you guys. I only bet for myself. It was my 2 months serving on his team against his entire team. I own them if we do better.
Sounds like he has a vested interest in you losing.
It does, doesn't it?
I'm just saying, a good place to start.
But that's why I wanted to know who was betting against us, because if he was betting against us, I would know where it came from. But I will definitely...
You're granting him the intelligence to think that far ahead.
I don't know. He is a noble. Everyone involved in this is a sleazy noble. Eleanor especially.
I really hope he's not standing next to us when you say this.
What are you talking about? He's probably grinning about it.
I've said it to him before.
He probably just shrugged and is just like.
But yeah, I need to know who it is so we can start counter-investigating them. And by counter-investigating, I mean they wake up every morning with pseudo-dragon poop on their car.
Well, we'll have to wait for them to invent cars first.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, sorry, coach, on their coach.
Cart,
possibly their head.
You just forgot to pronounce the last letter. You know, nobles with their fancy French words.
When did this become a 6th grade prank arena?
It's going...
Someone nailed a door to a wall.
How has Draho proven that he deals with grudges so far? Petty pranks.
Why are you like a 6th grader with light dog poop on fire as your main go-to as revenge? I don't understand how you were an elf with that as your main go-to.
I think I'm going to go to the Singing Sword.
Yeah, let's get back to the tavern after we finish up there. And
Yeah.
We'll go ahead and call it here as you guys are heading back to the Singing Sword. And considering it's 9:30. Beyond that, go ahead and fire me over anything else that you want done over the next week while additional research is being done.
I've got stuff we need to do.
That is true. There's
going to be a reckoning when Drawho is done. I'm going full Karen up and down this freaking city.
All
right. A reckoning is coming.
As always, thank you viewers for coming and joining us for this crazy adventure, and thank you players for coming to play.
Yes, have a good one.
Yeah.